Central.
We're live. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. I'm Joel McCall. Alongside me is Nami George. We're both a little low on the headset tonight, but we'll make it work. Just doing some audio adjustments as we welcome you to Baraboo, as we have the Central Riverhawks and the Baraboo Thunderbirds going on tonight. Here for the Central Riverhawks. Baraboo, actually, it's their homecoming. Nami, you just saw the coin flip. Let me know what's going on with that first, and then we're going to get deep dive into these two teams.
Central won the flip and elected to defer to the second half, so that's a good thing. Central will get the ball first in the second half, and we'll get to see the defense right away. Boy, I'll tell you what, Joel, this is a big game here tonight. You know, I know you're going to talk about your pregame stuff, but just right off the top, we could talk about having to bounce back from last week's heartbreaker, not letting that really one series defensively define the season. And the way you do that is by putting it behind you and coming out tonight. It's going to be a tough match. You're here at Baraboo on their homecoming night. There's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement in the air. Do the Riverhawks have the gumption to be able to come in and disrupt somebody's homecoming night?
Central Riverhawks come in with a record of 3-1. They're 1-1 in the Mississippi Valley Conference. Head coach Mitch Olson, Division II. Baraboo 3-1, 2-0. Mississippi Valley Division III. Steve Turkington is their head coach. For the Thunderbirds, I'm actually going to start with Thunderbirds, sorry, but that's the way I'm going. Baraboo picked up a quality conference win last week over Holman 23-14. Thunderbirds ended the night with 266 rushing yards on 58 carries. That's a yards per carry of 4.6 and got yards from everyone. Quarterback Luke Vittengol threw only 3 pass attempts, all incompletions, and ran for 94. Isaac Pellin scored 2 touchdowns, and 5 rushers had 29-plus rushing yards. The defense brought it as Pellin had 5 total tackles and 1 forced fumble. Baraboo's defense hasn't forced a lot of turnovers, just 4, so getting one last week certainly helped. Baraboo's offense, very disciplined, committing just 1 turnover, which was an interception thrown by Vittengol. It helps to have a good offensive line, and Coach Olson said the Thunderbirds might be the best line on each side of the ball that the Central Riverhawks have faced all year. Ross Legal spearheads the O-line at left tackle. The senior starting left tackle is 6'7", 225, and going to Northern Illinois next year. Haven't seen such a big hoss much this season. He'll be kind of fun to watch, Legal will be.
And can you blame the Thunderbirds for being a run-heavy team? If you have that kind of offense line in front of you, that's exactly what I would do. We're just going to do some smash-mouth football.
Kyle Felt is the other player Coach Olson discussed on our interview. The senior isn't the tackle leader, but teams have to double him, which allows others to take advantage. You're going to see Felt and Legal both on that defensive line. So the Riverhawks are going to have to play up front really well tonight when we talk about those heavies. And we heard from Coach Arnold at the beginning of the season. He's right over to our right. The O and D lines are the strength of this team. Well, we're going to find out what the Riverhawks are made of against the Thunderbirds this evening. And keep an eye on Micah McReynolds on Baraboo's defense, too. He came out with a couple picks in this game last year. My question of the night was, will Baraboo be a force to throw it? Maybe the Riverhawks can get this team off their game as far as not rushing the ball all the time. If the Riverhawks can get a nice lead, then you might be forcing Baraboo to throw the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Coach Olson would be very happy to get them out of their run game, have them try to do something they're not particularly comfortable with, and that's throwing the ball. So I think if we see them throw the ball a lot, that's going to be a good thing for La Crosse Central.
You want me to call them that?
What's that?
La Crosse Central? I never call them that.
Oh, what do you call them?
I always just call them Central.
Oh, well, I don't know. I feel formal today.
Formal. All right. You certainly don't look the part.
I got my best T-shirt on tonight,
Oh,
Joe.
my God.
My best T-shirt.
Lordy.
It's my lucky football
We could be
shirt.
a stand-up comedy routine. I tell you what. We kind of are, actually, in a way. The Central boys have to be itching to get back on the gridiron. After last week's 1-point loss to Onalaska. We all know what happened against the Hilltoppers. I'm sure you don't want to really hear it again.
Nope,
However,
I don't want to hear it again.
I have to recap a little in order to talk about tonight. That's what I am. First off, the response by the Riverhawks had in the second half was great. Coming back, they were tied 14, then getting a lead. Central had that answer, went down, took the lead 28-21. It's a shame the game winner and 2-point conversion were both converted on Leo Orlikowski. the senior corner has really played well throughout the season, and I'm sure he'll bounce back tonight.
One of the reasons I wanted to interview him right after the game is because I thought he played so well, and he has played so well this season, and he deserved to be recognized for that. That 2-point conversion, I said it in the interview. I watched it 5-6 different angles, 100 times, I think, over the last week. He did everything he could possibly do. The kid made a great play. The quarterback made a great throw. Time to put that behind us and worry about tonight.
I can't do that yet.
Come on,
Quarterback Jude Alvarado had one of the more shocking touchdown throws of the season to Caden Upon on the Central's final drive. However, Alvarado also threw 2 picks, which led to 14 Onalaska points. Coach Olson tosses it out there each and every Monday night. The Riverhawks can't give the ball away.
Yeah, and you know, the really unfortunate thing about that Onalaska game, there were a lot of good things that the Riverhawks can take from that opening drive that they have where they went right down the field and scored. Their response in the second half, the quick score before halftime, a lot of good things. If you can avoid that thinking about the final, and just think about some of the good things that you can take from that, that will help you moving forward in the season.
Antoine Hardy is the defender I'll highlight tonight well, we already talked about Leo, too. The linebacker had his best overall game last week, 5 total tackles, that key interception. And Olson even mentioned how important Hardy and Kleinertz will be tonight. The run-heavy offense of Baraboo will try to confuse Central's second line of defense. It's not so much that up front that you have to worry about with the confusion. It's always the secondary line of defense. And Hardy and Kleinertz must stay in their lanes, and they can't get tricked.
Those guys won't get tricked, and we might get tricked up here because Antoine's wearing number 8 tonight. So if you see that
I thought
on
you
your
said
screen,
it was 6.
I'm sorry, number 6. He's usually number 8.
See, now you're doing it even more.
Now you're messing
He's
me up.
number 1 usually.
Oh, he's number 1. Okay, he's number 6 tonight. He lost his white jersey, so he's number 6 tonight. So if you see him on the screen, know that that's Antoine.
The most important thing for Central is to not get overzealous. Sometimes players try to do too much, and you see it more in other sports because they play more frequently. We talk about it all the time about a tough loss on the basketball court, and then 2 nights later they're back on the basketball court, and you're saying, oh, they're not playing well, or they're forcing things. Well, a lot of times that comes from the loss Tuesday night into the Friday night game. Football is a little bit different. You have a week to recover and kind of eliminate things that took place that Friday night from the loss against Onalaska. I don't think Central will allow the Onalaska loss to linger tonight.
Central's too well coached to allow the loss to linger. Coach Olson, I guarantee you, has these guys turning the page and ready to look forward.
I'm bumping our camera yet here. Just making sure the picture-in-picture looks good. That's how we're going to have it tonight. I know a lot of you are accustomed to seeing the score bug up here. It's tough tonight. We don't have the best Wi-Fi, so having a third or a second computer even running that, we just don't have the opportunities.
We're lucky we got anything going at all with the Wi-Fi we had when we originally got in here. I didn't think we were going to have a broadcast. So.
I know my phone might blow up by the end of the night using my hotspot.
Yeah.
So, and my question of the night for the Central Riverhawks will Central's offense and defensive lines still dominate? We're talking about a big, heavy run team, and the front has got to be powerful tonight on both sides.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. Coach Olson said that's the strength of our team. It's time for them to prove that.
I said Coach Arnold. Don't throw that at Coach Olson.
Coach Arnold. Yeah, that's right. Coach Arnold.
And now they're going to have the national anthem.
How about the pyrotechnics, Joel?
Yeah, no kidding.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, they had a cannon going off or something over there, wasn't it?
Hopefully that's
Or
not
was
on
it
every
just-
score or something.
Right,
It was cool once.
Right, yeah, you don't need to do it. You don't need to overdo it.
No.
Well, for the Central Riverhawks, let's talk about their keys tonight, and then I'm going to talk about the Mississippi Valley and other games that are happening. Puttkamer is one of the guys that Olson mentioned. That's one of the running backs in the backfield for the Thunderbirds. Discipline on defense, especially at linebacker. Need turnovers, limit their turnovers, of course, as always. There are 172 football games taking place throughout the state of Wisconsin. Here we are covering the most important one because it's right here on the Central Riverhawk YouTube channel. Logan is at Onalaska. Sparta's hosting Reedsburg. Holman is at Toma. Altoona is welcoming West Salem. And Aquinas is at home against Black River Falls. Tonight's game in a nutshell, Central and Baraboo hooking up in the MVC. Last year, Baraboo won 15-7, getting a safety and a late fourth quarter touchdown. Vittengall was their quarterback last year as well. He threw 3 interceptions. Pellin scored 2 touchdowns, while Alvarado threw 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Riverhawks had just 122 rushing yards last year against this squad. There you go. I broke everything down for you. We have starters for the Riverhawks. We have a few starters for Baraboo. I don't have keys tonight from them. They will get the ball back. They get it first. Do the Baraboo Thunderbirds.
Be interesting to see the defense right away. Our viewers might not know, but Carson Jones is not in the lineup tonight.
Who's the other safety?
That's what we're going to find out soon. Carson not feeling well tonight. Hopefully he's watching. Carson, I hope you feel better soon. Hopefully somebody can step up. That's obviously a big position back there on the back half of the defense. Somebody's going to have to step up.
Well, Alvarado's going to put it on the tee at the 40. I'm trying to get numbers here, the returners. I think it's Elliot Romberg on this near side, number 4. And the far side, I can't quite tell if that's Josiah Dyer, number 3.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, well, on a couple of them, they got the belly on, too. The guy walking in front is Jordan Beal. That's a junior in the back as well. He's standing at the 20. 2 other return men are at the 10. Big night for both squads, and it's actually Beal that touches it first, lost it, and then everybody just has to pounce on it. Vargas is the one that ends up with the recovery at the 27-yard line.
Well, they were fortunate that their up men were looking back because that ball really bounced far away from the intended receiver or the guy that was going to take it. It hit his chest plate and bounced a couple yards in front of him. Good thing his blockers weren't engaged because Riverhawks would have been able to get down there and get the ball.
Right. And here we go. First and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Do they call themselves the T-Birds, I wonder?
Oh, maybe.
Vittengall in the backfield. So shotgun formation, handoff on the interior. This is Brewster. And he won't go really anywhere. Or no, that's 17. Pardon me. That was 17 Puttkamer.
Good rally there to the ball. I don't even know who had the initial hit, but, man, there were 6 Riverhawk defenders there in an instant.
Maybe a yard? No gain.
Well, I mean, they know it's coming. So,
right.
You know, and Baraboo's not trying to hide it.
Right. Yeah, so Puttkamer is number 17 in the backfield. Junior 5'9", 205 had that first carry. He's back in the back again, moving. Goes off and a pitch to the outside. Looking to turn upfield. And will get past the 30, close to the 32. Give him, well, where do they actually mark it? They move it all the way to the 33. So 6 on that, and third down. Puttkamer on the turn. The pitch over the far side. Got to worry about Vittengall keeping it too.
Zach George was out one-on-one on the receiver there.
Right.
So we've seen him line up on the defensive line in the linebacker spot and
handoff in the interior. Turkington turning up. And is he getting to the first down marker or not?
He's short.
Javon Davis and
he's
Hardy.
He's a good yard short here.
Yes, he is.
They aren't going to go for this in their own territory.
3. Got 3, needs 4. 4th down and 1. And, yeah, Vittengall is their punter, too, number 9. A little substitution here as Isaac Pellin comes in, the 6'3", 225 inside linebacker, also plays running back on this offense for Baraboo. And he's the man in the backfield with Vittengall. You need a yard, you snap it for 5, turn it up to Pellin, and
Boy, the initial contact was there.
I
He
know.
might have pushed forward. It's going to be close.
George over there along with
They're gonna-
Davis. Give him, what, 2?
I guess if it's 4th and 1 and you have all those big guys up front, you trust your team to get that 1 yard.
Right.
Riverhawks did a good job. That was close. I mean, he didn't get it by much.
Are you taking stats?
No.
Oh, okay.
Should I be?
I just looked down. You had a blank sheet of paper, and we've had 5 plays. Well, this will be the 5th right here. It's a pitch to Puttkammer. Cuts back inside as George was on the outside, made him and forced him back in the interior. Kleinertz with the tackle, gain of 4. How about that, though, by Coach Turkington saying, well, we're going to go for it on 4th and 1.
Well, like I was saying, the strength of their team, if you believe in them that much, then why not go
Right.
for a 4th and 1?
So they get 3 on that first carry. I was wondering what you were doing over there. I saw no pencil being dropped down. This is Vittengall holding.
Keeping it in my head.
Pushes forward to the 45, dropped forward close to the 46. Hardy, as well as Kleinertz again. I also saw a Stripmatter coming in on that. And 4 yards, 3rd down and 3.
Now, it'll be interesting if the Riverhawks can get a stop here. How much do you test that 4th down? If they hold them to no gain here, do they go for it on 4th and 3?
Right.
It's easy on 4th and 1. See if the Riverhawks can put him in that position.
Still Puttkammer in the back. Takes it on this near side. Oh, he slipped. He slipped. No gain. Maybe, well, they give him a yard as he's touched down, of course, by Davis.
He had some room to run there, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that was going to be a 1st down.
Easily a 1st down if he keeps his footing. We'll see Mike Eber on the front line for the Central Riverhawks, plus Cooper Hansen, Trayvon Thompson, and Caden Apon.
So they went for it on 4th and 1. They're going for it on 4th and 2. If it was 2 last time, they would not have got it. We'll see what happens here.
Kleinertz and Hardy, and it's Vittengall holding and able to get past everyone, past the 50-45. Brought down, looked like, by Davis, as well as Caden Apon had him wrapped up.
How much you give him on that?
Where was that? From the 40, or the 47, 7?
Thank you.
So 2 4th down conversions here in this drive for Baraboo.
Who can step up and make a big play for this defense?
Need a negative yardage. If
Yeah.
you first carry, oh, and a try there. First carry here for Pellin. And Pellin driven backwards. Thompson coming in, trying to see who had the first initial contact because there was a blitz coming in for the Riverhawks, and they almost had him at behind the line of scrimmage. Might have been Stripmatter that actually came in on that.
Do you see the Riverhawk defense converging on the ball? You can tell that that's something they worked on this week in practice. All hats flying to the ball.
Yes. Well, and especially with your corners, there's nobody out wide, so it's all packed in. Little counter play. Good hard hit there by Apon. Trying to see who the ball carry was first.
34.
This is Luke Turkington's first carry, and he'll get 2.
Tried a little misdirection. The Riverhawks weren't having it. Defense holds firm. Big play right here, 3rd and 8.
Right. Because, again, how far do you test your 4th down when Baraboo's already converted 2 of them? Nice crowd over on the far side.
Beautiful night, too, homecoming.
Good crowd here, too. You can't see it so much for Central because we're on the visitor side. So can't really see it, which actually used to be the home side. We found that out, too, as pitch out. Oh, no, this is Vittengall with a carry. He has nowhere to go.
Wow, Riverhawk defense did a great job stringing that along. He wanted to try to go get the corner. He couldn't get the corner, so he tried to cut back inside. The defense was true there, too. He had nowhere to go.
-2 on that for Vittengall, and that was Hardy that ended up with him in his arm. He was actually not trying to tackle him either. He was trying to hold him up. Vittengall is the punter. Riverhawks have nobody back to return.
I don't think they believe they're actually going to punt
Yeah, I
it.
was going to say, maybe not. Vittengall holds forever,
But they
does. Bounces at the 25, keeps rolling, and into the end zone. So, touchback.
Well, Joel, I was impressed with the defense there, being able to get to the ball carrier. Gave up a couple first downs, gave up a couple fourth downs. But you mentioned that we needed a negative play there. Antoine was able to finish the play and get a -2. Forces the Baraboo punt, and now we'll see if the offense can get it rolling.
And here comes a Riverhawk offense led by Jude Alvarado. Number 11, junior, 5'8", 185. In the backfield, of course, will be Shepard, Gavin.
Like to get him going. They kind of he got kind of neglected there in the second half against Onalaska. They kind of turned away from him, and I'd like to see him get more carries tonight.
I'm violently shaking my head. And Alvarado taking a shot right away on that far side and nearly intercepted, actually. Meyer being chased over there by, let's see, Romberg over there?
I like Coach
No,
Colburn's.
Vittengall.
I like Coach Colburn's idea there. Take the top off the defense right away.
Right.
That's something that I guarantee they saw in film. Thought this is going to be a great first play. He was open for a second. Throws a little long, but good defense by Baraboo too, as the guy was pretty much step for step with them.
That's our quarterback over there then. You're going to hear for Baraboo a lot of both sides of the ball, same names, because they don't have a huge roster of defense. They don't change much for their defense and offense. And there's Shepard plowing ahead past the 25, close to the 26, I think, but then they move it back to the 25. So gain of 5, third down and 5.
Shepard runs so hard. Once he gets a little tiny seam, he's able to squeak through there, and then his legs just keep churning.
Mike Eber straight down from us on the trainer's table at the moment. That's not a good sign. Although I think he's just getting his ankle taped up. We'll keep an eye on him to see if he comes back out.
Enjoyed talking to him on the interview. I hope our viewers got a chance to watch that. Terrific young man. Did a great job in the interview, him and Leo both.
Trips over to the far side, one to the near side. Oh, and flag thrown. Trying to figure out. Yeah, false start.
So you can't do that. You got a
Nope.
third and manageable now. It becomes third and a little more difficult.
Running on is Grayson Vienendahl in the back, number 20.
It's a new name that we haven't seen at the varsity level very much.
No. Polma's on this near side. Meyer far side. Meyer linked up with Vittengall on that far side. Near side is McReynolds. And Alvarado taking a shot with McReynolds and overthrew him. And in fact, McReynolds had a better play on it than Polma. He was not faked out by that at all. Looked like they were trying to maybe an out and up, and McReynolds didn't bite at all. Alvarado overshot Polma, and fourth down coming after the 3 plays. And, of course, the penalty hurts.
Alvarado testing those cornerbacks early, and both times cornerbacks were good with their defensive coverage.
Yeah, excellent position, really.
Yeah.
Alvarado will be the man to punt. Back to return.
Penalty really set you back there.
Yes. Return man is at the 45. Can't quite get a number on him. It might be Romberg. Alvarado thought about it. It is Elliot Romberg at the 50. Turns up. Had some running room. We'll see where he gets pushed out of bounds. Nice little return there by Romberg.
And because Baraboo got a couple first downs and Central did not, now Baraboo has really good starting field position, starting in Riverhawk territory.
Looks like they marked him out at the 40 of the Riverhawks. 4:22 to go here in the first quarter. Nothing our scores you see from the scoreboard that we have put in on the screen there. Hopefully that's a good spot. I wasn't sure which way to do it. Ray's all over the camera tonight. He zoomed in, got a great look. Glad no Riverhawk fans decided to join him up here, because otherwise you and I wouldn't be able to see anything, Nami.
He's getting better each week, isn't he?
He said by the time that we finish the regular season, he'd be a pro.
Oh, there you go.
He said, oh, just in time for basketball season. Good job. He was with me last night for volleyball. Girls going to have to shake off a tough loss last night to Logan. One wide receiver over on the far side. This is a handoff on a little counter play to Turkington, and there is nowhere for him to go. Turkington dropped almost immediately after taking it up, tried up the field. Strip monitor there for the tackle.
So again, Baraboo tries the misdirection, and again, Central defense not falling for it.
And a gain of 1. He said Kleinertz, but I saw a strip monitor coming out of there, number 10. PA guys never know who gets the tackle, though. Vittengall holding and throws it out, actually caught by 22 Jordy Beal, but he fell down as he caught it. A gain of 1, 2.
He actually threw it.
Yes, Vittengall on the year, if you're wondering, 12 of 27 for 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. That's how little they throw. Kept it looking for a tight end flare out, essentially, is all that little play was on the rollout.
Another big third down here for the Riverhawk defense.
Vittengall needs to get that ball up.
Right.
Give his receiver a chance. Puttkamer found some room this time. Hardy wrapped him up, but not until after the first down. He'll move it all the way to the 29.
Jackson Puttkamer rushes for a Thunderbird first down.
Gain of 9. The third first down of the game for Baraboo thus far.
Really the first time that he's had any running room.
Yes.
You heard Coach Olson talking about assignments and run fits and stuff like that. That's what we're seeing here when they do the counter and stuff. It's important for those guys to know their assignment and hold their territory because there's misdirection coming.
And there is right there as Romberg gets loose down the near sideline and will take it for 29 yards. Okay, well that yeah, there's a touchdown for Baraboo if you couldn't hear the PA announcer. Romberg ran it in.
What is the new thing with everybody's PAs being turned up so loud?
I don't know.
Or am I just getting old and my ears are getting more sensitive?
It was
to that?
loud last week though at UWL too.
Was it? Yeah.
I thought it was. Vittengall with the PAT.
We just talked about knowing your assignments and holding your area, and somebody got fooled on a misdirection there.
Yep.
And that's not going to cut it. They're going to have to figure that out.
Actually, that was Scanlon, 25, that has the PAT duties. So Scanlon scores on the PAT and 7-0. You know what? Let's take a timeout. We got to thank our great sponsors, Matthew Construction and Team Wireless.
Consolidated Energy Company is a local family-owned supplier of refined fuels and propane. For more than 30 years, they've supported local homeowners, farmers, and businesses in the Cooley region and beyond. Customers count on Consolidated Energy for reliable supply and service at competitive rates. Check out their programs created to meet your unique fuel and propane needs at consolidatedenergyco.com or call 608-782-3308.
Team Wireless, La Crosse's hometown Verizon store, is a proud sponsor of the Central Riverhawks. Find Team Wireless in the Three Rivers Plaza on Copeland Avenue, next to Festival Foods. Go Hawks!
Yeah, I think they go by the T-Birds here.
7-0 lead for the T-Birds, as you just heard Nami talking about the Thunderbirds. Baraboo just scored there. Flambeau Field is what they call this place. And for the kickoff, Scanlon Kicks it real short.
Ooh.
Riverhawks throwing it back over to Herlitsky on this near side. Going to get some extra room, that's for sure. 35-40, almost to the 45. Made a man miss, too. Shaking out of his shoes was Brewster and Herlitsky. I wonder if that wasn't designed.
I think it was. They're trying to get Herlitsky involved in the game. You can see why. I mean, you saw him once he caught it. He was shot out of a cannon as he exploded down the field. Got an extra, 20 yards or so?
Yeah, well, got it all the way to the 44. Or are they going to actually mark it at the 45? Because near sideline official had it at the 44.
He's still standing. He's holding his ground,
Yep.
44.
Okay. He slid to the 46, but you're not going to get those 2 extra yards. So 2:22 on the clock, 7-0 lead for Baraboo. Riverhawks back on offense after a 3-and-out last time. 2 incomplete passes and 1 run by Shepard, and Shepard gets the first carry, and you better believe he wants to run. 9 yards first carry past the 50-yard line, down at the 47, and the man Puttkamer is the one that gets the tackle. 9-yard gain for.
Need more Shepard running in my life. I need more of that.
Yes, that was a really nice run. Trips over to the far side, 1 in the near. Dana says we sound good. You know that feedback you're hearing now, it might be just in our headphones.
I'm not hearing it anymore, so thank
Okay,
you
that's
for
good.
whatever you did.
Yep, no problem. 1, 2, and make it 5 for Shepard again. And a first down. Riverhawks' first down. So Baraboo has been playing just straight up smash mouth football. Riverhawks trying to do that same thing, only a little bit differently. Nami, you could probably explain a little bit better too. The 3 wide receivers, 1 on the near side, but still run the ball, pushing the piles.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And part of that is spreading out the defense to give you some room to run. And here we're going to actually see a pass, so I think.
Alvarado, he's just going to have to dump it.
Yeah.
Nobody open. Herlitsky was kind of on a little fake in-out route. And you're looking for levels there, but nothing really there.
Yeah, when you compare the 2 offenses, Baraboo all tight in the box offensively, have all their guys in their block, and Central likes to run out of a spread formation, get the receivers out there almost as far as they can on the sidelines here, and that allows you to have more room to run, gives you a little bit more space in the middle of the field. But I like Central's game plan here offensively. They're looking to attack deep. We've seen it a couple times here. Haven't connected yet, but you got to feel like eventually Meyer or Pomo will get open.
Slant. Meyer is open. Trying to break a tackle, but couldn't on that one. At the 29-yard line, though, from the 13 on that pass. That what you had, too? 13?
I had 11. I thought they were on the 40 to the 29.
Oh, I thought it was at the 42.
You might be right.
I don't know.
I'm not on my A game with my stats tonight. I wasn't even doing it.
You're never on your A game. That's why I got to lift up the broadcast, carry you around. Shepard in the backfield.
Just jumping on your back.
First down and 10. Shepard again, past the 25. Nice run. Excellent run. And he's finding some room. You know, that spread out with the 3 wide, it's that right in the middle of the defense that they're finding room right in front of the center, Nathaniel Upon.
And our line isn't the biggest line in the world, but they're athletic and they can move, and it allows the linemen to have a little space to move and make some key blocks, and you're seeing it now.
Alvarado shotgun form. 3 to the back again. Meyer trying to stiff arm a man. He will, and a score. Takes off 20. Hey, how about that? 29 yards. Touchdown, Riverhawks.
Say it 4 times,
No,
Joel.
I won't do that. Alvarado to Meyer. So the touchdown from Romberg was 29 yards, and so is Alvarado's pass to Meyer.
That was just Meyer's determination to get in the end zone. Did you see the stiff arm? Get off me. I'm getting to the end zone.
And Alvarado with a crucial extra point. They
Little
always are.
Derrick Henry-ish.
Yes. And up and good.
But to tell Henry, he looks like Derrick Henry out there. He'll like that.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a nice drive. Nice answer by the Riverhawks in that one, Nami.
Much needed. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to let this thing get out of control, especially on an emotional homecoming night for Baraboo. They got the packed stands over there. You got to keep the game close at least.
7-7, 36 seconds to go here before the end of the first quarter.
And you can never go wrong getting the ball to Henry Meyer.
Right. I mean, that's just it. And I think that the big part of that drive was, one, you're loosening the defense with your Shepherds run, but also the slant. That completion from Alvarado to Meyer, very crucial. You want to get Alvarado some confidence, too, moving forward into this game. Had a couple of incomplete passes his first time out. Needed to see a completion. Got that slant to Meyer. I think that really started to churn things for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, you're right. We saw a couple streaks. They didn't work out, so instead the Riverhawks tried some slants and found some success there. Good adjustments by the central coaching staff.
We say that a lot.
They're a phenomenal staff.
We say that with volleyball.
Volleyball, too. We are so fortunate at Central High School to have the coaches that we have.
Coach Williams, if you're listening, we were talking about you on the way down. Hopefully your nose wasn't itching too bad.
All good stuff.
It was all good.
Yep.
Alvarado kicking. This will go actually all the way in the end zone, past Dyer.
And the defense exhales because now they have a longer field to defend instead of that 40-yard line that they had to last time.
And was given about 2 minutes. That's all it took for the Riverhawks to. Remember, they had great field position, though. That drive started at the 44 of their own. And so they took advantage of a short field, too, which is exactly what Baraboo did when they got their touchdown.
Yep. Special teams playing a part here early in tonight's ball game.
Just really hope that my phone will last through the whole broadcast.
Well, we'll find out if it doesn't because we'll be turned off.
Yeah, I know.
We were not getting Wi-Fi from anything other than Joel's phone.
And I didn't bring a charger with me because why would I?
Yep.
I always should have one in my backpack. It's Vittengall, several in motion.
I was going to say, that did not look legal.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the official said. You got one coming across from one side and the running back on the backfield coming underneath the quarterback. Got two guys running at the same time.
Now they're talking about it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there.
As Mr. Hansen would say, that would be a legal procedure.
Yeah, you got two moving at the same time. I hope that you can see that clear enough with my camera for the picture-in-picture.
If you can't, text me. We'll try and work on it. We're looking at a very tiny screen.
There's not a lot I can do on it, though, Nami.
Then maybe we won't fix it.
Yeah. The only thing I could do is maybe zoom in a little bit more, and I can adjust maybe some of that during halftime.
If somebody's watching, let us know. We can mess around with it a little bit, see if we can get any better.
Vittengall in the backfield with Puttkammer. Vittengall keeps. He's close to the original line of scrimmage, which was the 20, and instead he'll be short 2. Well, about 1.5, but.
I'll have some updates for you here at the end of the first quarter as well, score updates from around the area.
We need to thank our donation sponsors as well tonight. We got to talk about one of them. We got to figure out which one we're going to talk. I think we had already discussed that earlier.
We'll figure it out. I could talk about all of them. I like them all.
Well, that's true, too.
Yep. Mr. Buxton, Matt Wimette, Mr. Ambrose all say it looks good.
Okay. And Dana said you could get a little closer, but I worry if I zoom in, I'm going to cut something off. But either way, you can read it, and that's all that matters. They're probably looking on a 70-inch screen, too.
Yeah, true.
7-7 is our score as we enter the second quarter. 29-yard touchdown run by Romberg for Baraboo. 29-yard touchdown pass from Alvarado to Meyer. Both PATs good, and we're tied up. Here's our donation sponsors. 7-7 our score. Here we are in Football Friday night, week number 5. Nami?
One of our donating sponsors, Ryan Schultz and Associates with American Family Insurance. Joel and I had a nice chance to go over and talk to him over the summer. Agreed to be one of our donating sponsors. Of course, the son of Richie Schultz, who's a longtime viewer and loyal follower of the Central YouTube channel. Thank you, Ryan Schultz and Associates, for your donating sponsorship.
Yeah, if you're looking for insurance, there's a guy to reach out to.
Absolutely. Tell him Nami and Joel sent you.
Absolutely. I can't promise you'll get a deal. That I can't do. I'm sorry.
He will.
Ryan, thank you again.
I wonder who that was on the carry.
That was Vittengall.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vittengall had that. It's for 6 or 7, actually.
Promise you Richie is watching somewhere, or he's here, or he's watching, one or the other.
Remember, this drive started with a false start. So look at this, 3 wide receivers and a handoff in the backfield. Nowhere to go. This is Turkington, I believe. I don't see number 34 anywhere, so I'm pretty sure the handoff's to Turkington. Oh, nope, Dyer, pardon me.
Boy, they have a lot of running backs. Geez.
Yeah, they do, and that's
They try to take a page out of Central's playbook there with spreading the defense out. The problem for Baraboo is they aren't a threat to throw. And so
right.
Central was still able to pack the box because they knew a run was coming. Central has that ability that if you're going to try and pack the box, we got Meyer and Pullman on the outside.
right. Isaiah Walker in on that tackle, too. Meyer trying to turn upfield, spin move, and all the way to the 40. So really nice. That was basically no gain on that last play for Baraboo, and then the punt. And a great return for Meyer all the way to the 40 of Baraboo. So this is the best starting field position. The last time was at the 44 of their own for Central, and they cashed in. Let's see if they can do the same thing here tonight.
The 3 units working well together. Defense gets the stop on 3 and out. Special teams gets a nice return. Offense, it's your turn.
Myers on the near side, Pullman on the far, along with 2 others. Herlitzky is in the slot that's right next to the tight end. Alvarado looking that way but doesn't throw, and a tackle from behind. Nice play by Jordy Beal, who's made a couple of plays thus far, because if he doesn't get Alvarado there, Alvarado might still be running. He had some room and just gets 2.
We've seen Alvarado in the open field before. He can get to the end zone in a hurry, so a nice tackle there by Baraboo.
Yeah, that's one of their starters there, Jordy Beal, junior, 6 foot, 205. And thank you all to that have popped on. I don't know the viewership. I can't touch my phone, so I don't know how many we have on with us right now, but we thank you for being a part of our broadcast tonight. Alvarado looking. Myers wide open. Caught it in front of Vittengall and diving himself to the 2 for a 37-yard play.
They're not going to want to go one-on-one with Meyer. I know that we have Pullman on the other side, but they're not going to survive if they're going to go one-on-one with Meyer.
Vittengall's giving him too much of a cushion, and even that's essentially a deep slant. That's not really your post, because your post would be even deeper than what he was. That is essentially just a 10-yard slant.
Henry is not going to be happy that he did not get in the end zone.
And 2 yard, well, maybe they'll give it to Shepard,
Yeah.
the workhorse here. 1 wide receiver to the right end. They could throw the jump ball, but I think you'd be better off giving it to Shepard. They do. Alvarado throws the arms up immediately as he gives it to Shepard. 2 yards. Shepard scores.
Central starting to get into a rhythm offensively here a little bit. Started with opening up the pass game a little bit and hitting those slants, and now the running room is starting to open up.
9:31 left before halftime. Riverhawks have the lead, a 13-7 with the PAT coming for Alvarado. Riverhawks come in record 3-1, 1-1 in the conference. Thunderbirds, they won last week against Holman. They're 2-0 in the conference, 3-1 overall. Their one loss was to Beaver Dam, and it was an ugly one, 14-7.
I would say that Central has rebounded nicely after last week's heartbreak.
Yes.
And that's probably well behind them now. That's what we were hoping for. Didn't want to see the hangover. And we have not seen any signs of that at all.
No. Yeah, Baraboo's loss to Beaver Dam was 47-8.
Yeah, that's a little. Beaver Dam's really good. Very
Yes.
strong program. So, I mean, you could see that score, but doesn't mean a whole lot to us.
Right, no. So we talked about it, Logan at Onalaska, Reedsburg at Sparta, and Holman at Toma tonight in Mississippi Valley Conference action. And I did write down West Salem, they're at Altoona, and then Black River Falls was coming to Aquinas. And as far as this weekend goes, it's actually a really quiet weekend for Central Riverhawk activities. The only thing going on is volleyball going up to the Eau Claire North tournament. That's it.
Got some updates for you if you want them.
Yep.
8-7. It says 8-7 Sparta. Don't know what that means because the last update was 7-0 Sparta, so I don't know how they scored one more point. Aquinas 24-0 over Black River Falls. Don't know what quarter. My updates are not very detailed tonight. People must be really engaged in the game and not paying attention to our text chat here. Of course, my update was 7-7 Central and Baraboo tied after one, so that everybody would be able to know what we're talking about.
Why are they not watching anyway?
Well, these are people that are at different games.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's how I get my updates.
I got it, okay.
Matt Womet says we have 90 active viewers right now.
All right, thank you. Thanks for checking on that, because, again, if I move my phone, we might get kicked off the air.
Yep. All right, let's see if the defense can get another 3 and out here. That was the key to propelling that last touchdown drive, was getting good field position.
Right. Yeah, Baraboo had the ball 36 seconds left in the first quarter. They're had it at their own 20, had a penalty before the first play even. That false start, then 3 yards, 6 yards, no gain, and then they had to punt.
14-7 Holman over Toma, two teams that we'll be seeing in the next couple of weeks. End of the first quarter, Holman 14, Toma 7.
That's a good update there.
Yep.
And Vittengall kept it. 1-on-1, got away from a couple, and has to be brought down hard from behind by Luke Hansen. We haven't called Luke tonight yet, but he's had a really good first half of this season.
Did a good job on that play with the pursuit. He got beat the first time. He had a chance to bring him down around the line of scrimmage. Didn't give up on the play, kept on running after it. Been trying to teach my youngest son Jackson that you can't just give up after one attempt. You got to keep going because you might end up being in the play again.
Right.
Hansen shows a good example of that. If he would have given up after the first attempt, the quarterback would be able to run wherever he wanted to go. Hansen chased him down from behind.
And on some of those plays from behind, you might hear the ball pop out too.
See that a lot.
Handoff here, turned upfield by Isaac Pellin. He's a tough runner. Going to take 2 or 3 Riverhawks to bring him down.
Isaac Pelland rushes for a Thunderbird first down.
Davis in on that tackle. Stripminer was jumping on him. So was Orlikowski.
13 yards on that, and you could see once he got to that defensive backfield, he was ready to inflict some damage.
Yes.
Got his arm out, put his head down. Can bet that the Riverhawks want to try and keep him corralled around the line of scrimmage.
First and 10 for the Thunderbirds.
Ball's at the 38 of Baraboo. Boy, that almost looked like a false start. And instead, what a block on the outside. This is a turn upfield by Puttkammer.
Jackson Puttkammer rushes for
Through the 50 and
first down.
49 on the other side. 13 more. What a block, though. He got a massive block on that far side. Didn't catch the number on it, but receiver out there or tight end. Laying wood on Riverhawk. That's really what freed him up.
2 plays in a row now where we've seen the running backs with lots of room to maneuver around. Hadn't seen that in the first quarter.
No. Handoff right in the middle and squirting through to the 45. How did he find any room? That is Pellin again. Somehow they got it labeled 4th down. Or is that
Let's take it.
the
It's not 4th, but
no, there we go. That's better. 2nd down and 6. They gave him 4, not 5, but it's close enough for Pellin. That's right, because they need the 39. They're in the Riverhawk territory. Baraboo kind of taking their time here.
there must be something going on because the clock has stopped. The official is in the Baraboo huddle.
Yeah, I just noticed that the white hat was actually inside the. Maybe he's calling the plays for him. Hey guys, you should run it.
All you conspiracy theorists out there.
Yes. And Whitehat actually goes over to one of the sideline officials, too, to talk it over. Got 5 officials total on the field. Handoff on the counter. This is Romberg. He's the one that had the touchdown run earlier, but he is stacked up. No gain on that.
That was a plethora of Riverhawk defenders, we would say, if we were PAing tonight.
Yeah,
There were 6 or 7 guys there.
just name that far side of the Riverhawk defensive line. Eber's on this side. That would mean Pons over there and Thompson.
Good to see Eber back out there.
Yes.
Key part of this defense. You can't be, we're already down Carson. We can't be down another guy.
Right. Yeah, Carson Jones, one of the starters. Safety, not playing tonight. Vittengall looks back over. Romberg does too. And all of a sudden, there's a timeout taken by Baraboo. Don't they know that my phone only has so much battery life? 14-7, 7:05 before halftime. And let's thank Team Wireless.
Team Wireless, Lacrosse's hometown Verizon store, is a proud sponsor of the Central Riverhawks. Find Team Wireless in the Three Rivers Plaza on Copeland Avenue, next to Festival Foods. Go Hawks!
Got an update for you on a big Mississippi Valley game. Onalaska and Logan are in the second quarter, and they're tied 14-14. Both teams started out the season with a couple losses, but have since found their stride, and that's a big MVC game tonight.
Yeah, it is. Looks like he had another update, 15-7 Sparta.
Who is Sparta playing even?
Sparta is hosting Reedsburg.
So I'm assuming 15-7 Sparta is leading Reedsburg. I'm not sure.
That's what I would say.
These are all random numbers, too, that are on this group chat. So I can't say, hey, I need more information. I don't know who it is.
Riverhawks scored 2-yard run by Shepard. That was their second. Alvarado to Meyer for 29 yards, their first. Romberg scored the very first touchdown. Vittengall looking, pressure being brought on by several. Vittengall is going to swallow it, and he should have got rid of it. Brought down on the play by Isaac Walker.
Holy cow, the speed. Who was that, Isaac Walker?
Yes.
The speed that Walker showed getting after the quarterback.
Number 62, you got it. The one that changed his number on me for a while. And Isaac Walker, the junior, with a huge loss, backed him all the way up 14 yards.
He also got held on that play. I saw that. That's amazing.
Vittengall on the punt. Bounces to Meyer at the 30, and he finds some room. Bounces to the outside. Jumps in front of 2. Still moving to the 45, and that's where he'll take it on the Baraboo side, so past the 50. Great return there by Meyer. I don't know if I would punt to him.
I'm surprised teams still do, to be honest with you. I mean, have we seen him all year get tackled by the first guy?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, and we've seen him return a number of them. Some of them have been called back because of penalties, but I don't know why you're risking it. Don't kick it to him.
He would have like 3 punt returns for touchdowns if it wasn't for penalties on the returns. He'll take a breather right now, come out. Herlitzky's on this near side then. Normally the small slot receiver for the Riverhawks. I say small because he looks so small on camera. He's at 5'5".
Shifty.
If you could get him in a pile, nobody would find him. Shepard, handoff. 45, 44, maybe 2 on that handoff.
Offensive line still getting a good push, though. They're outmatched. They're outsized, but they're getting a push.
Yeah, Kirschberg was the one that gets the tackle on that one, 75 junior. He's 6'4", 295. We didn't even talk about him. There's another D lineman for Baraboo that's got plenty of size.
You know, for our interviews, I need to get some of these linemen. We need to give them some love for the season that they're having.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah, they don't get enough recognition.
They never do.
It's
though.
coming. It's coming.
It's just like diggers in volleyball because I don't take that stat. Long throw, Meyer on the outside, turns up, made a man miss, cuts back inside, broke another tackle to the 5.
Hey.
High steps in for the touchdown, 44 yards.
Remember when I told you that he was going to be mad that he got tackled at the 1? He was mad that he got tackled at the 1, and he wasn't going to get tackled this time. What an effort.
20-7 with the PAT coming at 5:27 before halftime.
So explosive with the ball in his
Oh
hands.
my gosh.
You saw the pass and you saw the single coverage again. It's like, oh my goodness, what are they doing?
Uh-oh. Blocked it. Is there a penalty? No. Okay.
He got through there in a hurry.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were offside, actually. 20-7. Well, the Riverhawks, sometimes they tend to go for two after that anyway, but 5:27 before halftime then, 20-7 our score. Meyer with 2 touchdowns, Shepard with 1. What a run there by Meyer. That's an awful long throw for Alvarado, too. Riverhawks were actually set up on the far hash mark. You're coming back to this near side, so you're talking a throw of, 15, maybe almost 20 yards when you're going across the field. And Meyer, because Vittengall has just been playing so far off, he can get almost like a 5-yard bubble screen.
But I'm going to tell
It'd be open.
I'm going to tell you why he's playing so far off, and this is part of the chess match that goes into coaching football. Remember that first drive, 2 streaks all the way down the field. That
Right.
got into the cornerbacks' heads that these guys are looking to go deep. Now all of a sudden the defensive backs have to respect that, and you're seeing Henry Meyer getting cushions. I mean, that was a 7-yard cushion
Right.
at least, and that's going to open up space for Henry and Pullman on the other side. We haven't heard much from him, but remember, he's
Right.
lurking over there too, and he's a fantastic receiver.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a catch yet. Pullman doesn't, does he?
Nope, 1 target.
Look at you taking stats. Great job. I
I,
brought you here for something.
I'm trying to pick up from my
Actually, you brought me here.
the
You were
start
my
of the game.
driver.
That's right. Yeah, so you better watch it. You'll be walking home.
No,
calling-
your dad will take me home.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
No matter if I had to sit in the trunk, I'd still get a ride. Touchback on the kickoff by Alvarado. Central had that at 6:14. They scored in less than a minute.
Now get that 3 and out again, get the ball back, and
Right.
do some damage before half.
And remember who won the coin toss.
Yeah, feel really good going in the half, get a 2-for-1 situation. Maybe put this game out of reach early in the third.
Oh, Nisa's going to come up here and punch you.
I'm trying to talk it into existence. I'm not jinxing. I'm talking it into existence.
Sure you are. Vittengall, shotgun, handoff. This is Pellin over to the far side, but try to turn upfield. Gets to the no gain, actually. He got right back to the original line of scrimmage. I got tripped up. I couldn't see the Riverhawk that was on the ground, but oh, it was Zach. That was Zach this time. Okay, Zach George with the tackle.
Usually when the guys go flying up over like that, it's Zach George because he likes to go low on those tackles. He's a little guy. He's got to go low. That's his only chance against some of those big guys.
That's true.
So I couldn't see who the tackle was, but I was guessing it was Zach because that's how they usually go down when he hits them.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. And
Yep.
going low, you'll trip him up at least.
Yep.
Did on that play for no gain. Vittengall throwing. Oh, and yes, it is caught on this near side. Brewster comes down with it. Davis was there. Boy, if Davis would have turned his head, he might have had a pick. Instead, it's a 15-yard gain on that pass and catch.
Kid went up and made a nice play on that one. Went up, got it with 2 hands. Good ball, too, from Vittengall.
Yes, it was. Brewster on the year has the most receptions at 4, 72 yards as well. Doesn't have a touchdown.
If Baraboo can do that a couple times, that's going to force the Riverhawks to stop loading the box so much.
Correct. And Caden Upon in there. Oh, boy. Flag, though, thrown. Running back Pellin. Upon had him wrapped up, but is there some – what's going on here? Holding call, actually, on Baraboo. Backs them up 10 yards. It was thrown right at the original line of scrimmage, so he could forget that it would try to figure out where this should be marked off. Better be right back to the 26 of Baraboo's.
Yeah, that was a weird call. It looked for all the world that it was going to be a face mask penalty or something against us.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, but I was watching the tackle, and it looked pretty clean, so I was wondering what that flag was.
Yep. Right, I mean, he threw that right at the line of scrimmage, too. But I was worried that same thing you're thinking, oh, boy.
Yep.
That going.
That's usually how you see that flag thrown.
Yes. It's not usually the up official
No.
going to throw a holding penalty. Trips over to the far side, one of the near for Vittengall. Rolls to his right, looks, throws and caught on the far sideline. George knocks him out of bounds. That's a Lawyer over there. Oh, there's another flag, though, and another holding penalty. As Nami frantically erases what he had written down. And so a flag thrown. I didn't actually see the flag.
I didn't either. I never did. But they're marking it off.
Just a simple out route on that to Lawyer. You're trying to use your levels. That's a slot going up and out. This time trips on his near side. And a bubble screen. Thrown out over to Brewster. Oh, got to watch the high tackle. Brewster goes out of bounds. Or no, he's close to the out of bounds. Hardy's over there to get him out.
What do you got, 10?
Yeah, looks like, yes, yeah, 10. 10. I had that as Brewster. That was 13. I think the PA announcer said someone else. That was definitely Brewster because he caught it and then turned upfield.
Kleinertz had a chance to make a play in the backfield there, hold it to a no gain or even a loss. Guy just slipped right through his hands.
Then I was worried about a defensive penalty after that because the tackle looked awfully high. And, oh, that ball was tipped in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Cooper Hansen, one of the DTs, defensive tackles for the Riverhawks, got his hand up as that middle screen. I could hear the coaching staff over here saying pick it off. The only guy that was there was Thompson. I don't know if he has the best hands.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. Man alive. I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard to bring him down. He might have taken it all the way and taken 11 Baraboo guys with him. I would have liked to have seen that. Got a chance to talk to Trayvon and Cooper at school the other day. They're waiting for their interviews. They're coming soon. Got to get them.
I'm telling
on the
you, you got to
screen.
get a cross-country kid in there, too.
I got to do that, too. You're right. You're right.
Giving on. Oh, Vittengall pass. Meyer. Oh, did he get a foot in? Did he get a foot in? Where's the official?
They're saying no.
Okay,
Yep.
out of bounds.
Boy, that was close. He tried to toe tap.
He did. Incomplete.
But that does make it fourth and very long.
Right. It was third down and a mile. Boy, Meyer tried everything he could to get 1 foot in at the 45 of the Riverhawk side. Meyer, we'll see if he gets another punt return because Baraboo has to punt it away at 4th down and 20. 3:02 to play in the second quarter, pardon me.
If you were Coach McCall, would you kick it to him?
No, I would tell Vittengall to do everything he can to angle that thing out of bounds.
That bounces right to him.
Meyer and made one man miss, gets near the 50. He's already down.
So here you go, your 2-for-1 opportunity. 2:51 left to go in the half. Ball at the 50-yard line. You get the ball coming out of half. What a chance here for the Riverhawks if they can go down and get some points here.
49 of their own. The last, let's see, this is their fourth out of 5. So their first possession started at their own 20. After that, the 44 of their own, the 40 of Baraboo's, the 46 of Baraboo's, and the 49 of their own. So you're talking almost midfield, and nearly every single drive after that first one has been started at Baraboo territory. Rudrud on the carry, past the 50 to the 49.
First time we've seen him tonight.
Yes. Just 2.
Rudrud's so explosive, he turns the power off for us when he gets the ball.
Yeah, I know.
We saw that last week.
You know, I had to go back on that, though. On Wisp Sports, they actually gave that to Alvarado.
Oh.
But I could have swore that was Rudrud.
Well, we can't check the film.
That's true. We can. We can go back. Handoff in the middle. Handoff to Shepard this time, but maybe a yard.
Look what the defense is doing with Henry Meyer now.
Yeah, they got double up time over here. Caden Upon checking in, coming out as Veenendahl. Those two are subbing as tight ends. So you were talking about Veenendahl earlier. Didn't know where he was. That's what he's playing. So secondary tight end. Actually, it's kind of 2 wide receivers on that other, or 2 defenders on Pulma too, And Alvarado underthrew Pullman. He still got it into his hands near the 20. Lost the defender as well past the 20.
Oh, no. Alvarado is hurt. Is that Alvarado?
I can't tell. 16-yard line is where this will go.
He got hit right at the end of that throw. This is not good.
32 yards on that play. But, yeah, now we're wondering about it is Alvarado.
I was just going to say, if they're going to do that to Henry, bring a guy all the way over his side of the field, then we need to page Aaron Polma. And sure enough, Alvarado calls his number. Now the concern is
How hurt
yeah,
is
hopefully
the junior quarterback.
it could be just the wind knocked out.
Right.
And I saw him rolling around, kind of, that's a terrible feeling, and that's kind of what it looked like, I'm hoping.
Well, we'll take a break. Come right back.
Consolidated Energy Company is a local family-owned supplier of refined fuels and propane. For more than 30 years, they've supported local homeowners, farmers, and businesses in the Cooley region and beyond. Customers count on Consolidated Energy for reliable supply and service at competitive rates. Check out their programs created to meet your unique fuel and propane needs at consolidatedenergyco.com or call 608-782-3308.
Jude Alvarado getting up on his own power, and he should have to come out for a play, though, because he was on the ground
In
that
comes
long.
Peyton Stripmatter.
Yeah.
We talked about this when we interviewed him this week about being one play away from being the man.
Right.
He says he's prepared, even though he works most of the time on the defense. He's ready if his number's called. Good to see Alvarado up and moving around. I think that's what it was. I think he had the wind knocked out, and anybody that's ever had that happen knows what that feels like.
Right.
That is not fun.
So strip monitor will come in. I guarantee there's a handoff.
Oh, maybe not.
True. I don't know.
Element of surprise.
That's true. But yeah, the Baraboo defense is doubling Meyer on this near side. They did have two defenders over on that far side, too. Handoff right away. Interior, not much doing there on that handoff.
And here comes Alvarado.
Rude, the hand was the carrier. So coming in, the putt camera was the tackle. Clock moves, nearing a minute here in the second quarter.
And good job, Peyton. You did your job.
Right, exactly.
He had to do that last week, too. We missed it in the first series. Alvarado's helmet came off, and Peyton had to come in and do it down. We didn't even see it.
Yeah. That's right. Your dad said something about that to us. Alvarado, slant. Meyer got him. Hat trick, touchdown, 17-yarder.
They have no answer for Henry Meyer right now. None. They're putting two guys over there. I don't know what else they could do. 3, 4? I mean, they have no answer for him. He's still mad about getting tackled at the one.
Right.
He's on a revenge tour right now. And there's your 2 for 1, so I did not jinx it. I did speak it into existence.
Right, you did. 26-7 then, and looks like the Riverhawks will line up for 2. Alvarado with a jumbled backfield. This is, who had the handoff
No
there?
idea.
What in the world formation was that? Caden Apon scored.
I like it.
Where?
That had to be a inside counter, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Coach Coburn will have to let me know what that was.
Why is it when Apon scores on anything, we can't see it? Couldn't see him last week with the touchdown. This week, can't see him with the 2-point conversion.
Going to ask Coach Colburn what the name of that, what I call that officially. I don't know enough about
Right.
football to be able. I think it's an inside counter. That would be my guess.
Yeah, that was wild. I could not see the ball at all. So 28-7. We'll have halftime coming up, and let me tell you what halftime will be. It'll be Nami and I talking. There you go.
Yeah, we don't have an interview lined up for tonight, do we?
Nope. Be the Tonight Show with Joel McCall and my special guest, Nami George.
We could bring Dad on the mic, interview him.
I already told him that he's never going to talk.
Oh, okay. We want to stay on the air, huh?
Right, exactly. Although it's YouTube, you can actually say whatever you like, but I think the school district will have an issue
Yeah, that's true.
if you say a few things that
That's
you're not
true.
supposed to. Alvarado on the kickoff. Caught at the 5. Running up is Dyer. And nice trip up there by the Riverhawks. Out in coverage, and that was actually Polma. Polma got the trip up. So Dyer ends up at the, where in the world is this mark? 21 yard.
So field position definitely been a story here in the first half of this game.
Yes.
As Baraboo's had a hard time getting it out of their area. Central been getting the ball at midfield or better each time they're on offense.
And it's only 49 seconds left before halftime, which has got to make you think, well, do you even try anything? They do a bubble screen over that far side. Made one man miss. Got a flag thrown too.
That's going to be a hold or a block in the back on the receiver that was trying to block. It's a block in the back. That's the danger with running that bubble screen. You need to trust one of your receivers to be able to get a good block. They're not used to doing that. They're not the
Right.
offensive line, and so they get caught behind a guy and they're trying to make a play
Right.
and end up getting the penalty instead. This is, when you're a run-heavy team, this is the danger. You get down 28-7, you can't be a run-heavy team anymore. I mean, all of a sudden you have to start trying to throw the ball. We talked about it pregame. If Central could get them in this situation, we were going to be in good shape.
Joel's dancing up here. I'm dancing. I'm even third person up here because I said, will Baraboo be forced to throw it? That was my question of the night for the Thunderbirds. Vittengall, he just fell over his own man.
Yeah, I think he tripped on the lineman's feet.
Yes. He actually had room to run, too.
How about this? Central calling a timeout.
Coach Olson, my phone cannot last the full game if you're doing that.
Is that no gain on that?
Yeah, no, he actually, yes, you're
gain.
correct, no gain. So a timeout called by the Central Riverhawks, so just 37 seconds left before we get to intermission.
I like it. Why wouldn't you call a timeout?
I agree. Jokes aside,
Yeah.
I completely agree with you.
When you got Henry Meyer playing like this, you need one tick on the clock to have a chance to score. Yeah, do it. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and see if we can't bury him even further.
Right.
And knowing you get the ball out of half too.
Right. You could be looking at, there's a potential early on in the third to have a running clock if you were able to turn this thing around quick enough, because now Olson had not taken a timeout, so he had all three. So you take a timeout after the first, the second, and the third. Gives you a chance to have the ball if your defense can come up with the stop. Give yourself a chance, maybe with 15 ticks with a punt. Somewhere around there.
And you're not real scared of their passing game. You're not worried about
Right.
getting beat over the top. They're just trying to run out the clock.
Yeah, I think so, actually. Vittengall making several man miss. That's a really nice run
Yes, it
by
was.
Vittengall. And actually, that might take the Riverhawks away from calling another timeout, because that was second down and 20, past the 25, close to the 30, in fact. And Vittengall just got, 18 yards.
Yep.
So,
And it did stop the Riverhawks from calling a
yeah,
timeout.
they're not going to take another one then. Vittengall will snap this, though, and go back. Hanson was trying to apply pressure. Instead, oh, boy, George in there on the pass breakup with just 1 second left. If I'm Baraboo, I just kneel it.
That was very close to being an interception, and George would have had some room to run out
Yes.
there. Did a good job breaking up the pass.
You kneel this thing down, don't you?
I
You
would.
have to.
I would.
Why would you even put yourself in the position of throwing a deep?
They're lucky there's only 1 second because it's fourth down.
Right. Eber out and Hanson stays in. Meyer actually subbed in to play another corner position. Orlikowski over on that far side. So is George. Strip monitor will stay way back. Myers backpedaling to the 40. Vittengall, boy, that looked like it was a false start. Instead, it's a handoff to 5 Pellin to end the half. Gets it all the way to the 36. So about 7 yards or so on that. And would have been a first down. And that's it, though. 28-7 our score. Let's take a long break. Nami's going to add up his stats. You're not going to hear from us for a while. Let's we just went with the Matthew Construction, so we're just going to show up our donation sponsors. We'll come back here. Give us about 3 or 4 minutes at least to gather our thoughts, and we'll break down the first half. 28-7, Central leading Baraboo here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel.
Team Wireless, Lacrosse's hometown Verizon store, is a proud sponsor of the Central Riverhawks. Find Team Wireless in the Three Rivers Plaza on Copeland Avenue, next to Festival Foods. Go Hawks!
Consolidated Energy Company is a local family-owned supplier of refined fuels and propane. For more than 30 years, they've supported local homeowners, farmers, and businesses in the Coulee region and beyond. Customers count on Consolidated Energy for reliable supply and service at competitive rates. Check out their programs created to meet your unique fuel and propane needs at consolidatedenergyco.com or call 608-782-3308.
(28-7) is our score at halftime. We have a longer halftime here for Baraboo, their homecoming festivities, which is the reason why we took a longer break. We're going to take another one here probably pretty soon.
It's all right. Gives us a chance to thank our sponsors. We always like doing that.
Exactly. And we were so happy with all of our sponsors. Sounds like Nami and I are going to have to go back to the drawing board with our hotspot, though. So, Mark, if you're listening, going to have to help us out because the hotspot we got from the school just did not quite work out tonight. I know that that's tough, though. Some spots that you go to, it's hard to get a good connection. Of course, you have several people on the same cellular system. That always makes a big difference, too, in the school up here. We did find out that we're kind of in the old home press box, but no internet out here to speak of. So that's another issue that we're having.
A rare field that has two press boxes. We were talking about that as we were pulling up, how nice that is. They have enough space for people to sit. Here's a field where you can see on the screen the home press box, and then we're in a press box over on our side, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I wish everybody had that, really. I mean, it would go a long way for everyone because of the introduction of streaming or radio. You've got the coaches. And, yeah, we joked about it coming up because I said to Nami, boy, I wish everybody was just like Crestwood, Iowa, Cresco, Iowa, Crestwood High School. I used to go up there and cover Hampton-Dumont games when I used to work at a radio station in Hampton, Iowa. And the two times I went up there, I practically had a box to myself. There was usually like two coaches on the other side. It was glassed in, too, and then they'd open up the windows for you. And then at West Fork, Sheffield, Iowa also had the same thing. And in fact, Sheffield, this reminds me so much of their press box, their visitors' press box, because they also didn't have windows. And you don't know it in front of us, but if I move the camera that's on the scoreboard, you would see a giant bar coming out that holds up the two wooden planks that had come down to our opening in this press box. And, yeah, I used to go up there. We were in the home press box once at Sheffield, and we never did it again because the PA announcer never turned his light off. So we couldn't see anything. And so we said, can we be on the other side? And for the rest of the time we went up there for football, they said, yep, you can be over there. So, yeah, it would be so nice if everybody had two press boxes. And also it would be nice if we had some home press boxes when it comes to, softball for the Central Riverhawks when you're going to be covering some of that next spring. It'd be super nice to have some of those at the spring. That's been our toughest sports is going to be spring sports. Baseball, softball, those are tough for us to get to, for me in particular, because Dana's not off work in time. Those first pitches at 4 or 5 o'clock, I don't have somebody helping me out yet. So hopefully in the spring we have somebody that maybe can come at least 2 times a week at the time that we have a baseball or softball game. But of course with volleyball we're covering all these home games, covered some road matches. Football we're covering as much as we can. I know we weren't at Reedsburg, but their press box sounded like it was completely full. We hope that we can get into everywhere else, so we will try to cover everything that the Riverhawks are doing for football the rest of the way.
You mentioned the spring sports. Viewers that have watched since last spring, they'll recall some of the conditions that we were out filming some of those games. Wow. We were in rain. We were in sleet. There was a little bit wind. I remember one day trying to cover the microphone from the wind. I think that was at Eau Claire. And people were texting me saying it's really windy. Yeah, I know. I'm standing out in it. I know it's windy. I'm doing the best I can with it. We like to try to brave all the conditions possible so that we can bring you all the activities. And really, the whole idea of this YouTube channel is to shine the spotlight on our student athletes, and that's why we're doing those interviews, and that's why we cover the games, so that you don't have to get in the car every time and make the trek when we're an hour and a half from home. You could turn it on in the comfort of your own home and still get to enjoy the student athletes at Central High School.
I thought every road game was 2 hours. You always tell me that it's an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Well, this one's an hour and a half. This is on the short end. Yeah. Eau Claire, hour 45, 2 hours. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty much everything's 2 hours from lacrosse.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Told me that last basketball season. Well, we can run through the drives then. Baraboo started the ball game, and they had the ball for 11 plays, but a negative 2 yards, and then that forced a punt. Central had it as far as at their own 20 with 5:48. That first drive by Baraboo took almost actually more than 6 minutes off the clock. They just didn't end up with points. Central 3 and out for a punt. Baraboo 40-yard line of the Riverhawks. Fourth play, 29-yard touchdown run by Romberg for TD. PAT was good, 7-0. Central ended up, remember that kickoff was on the far end of the field and thrown back, the old Tennessee Miracle or Music City Miracle, kind of that type of a play if you're old enough to remember that. You in high school, you would not remember that if you're watching, but that got Herlitzky all the way to the 44 of Baraboo's. They had plays of, the Riverhawks had plays of 9-5, incomplete 13-6, and then 29. Alvarado to Meyer, 7-7. Baraboo 3 and out on a punt. Riverhawks, the ball at the 40-yard line of Baraboo's with 10:41 left in the second quarter. They had plays of 2, 37, and 2 for Shepard for 2 yards. Touchdown, PAT good, 14-7. Baraboo had plays of 5, 13, 13, 4, 0, and the huge play of negative 14 took them out of any chance of going for it on fourth down. They ended up punting. Riverhawks had it back at 6:14 left before halftime. 46 of the Baraboo Thunderbirds, 2 plays, 2 and then 44. Alvarado to Meyer, 20-7 because the PAT was no good. Baraboo, a couple of plays, ended up with just 7, and the punt. Riverhawks had it back again right at midfield, 49-yard line of their own. Plays of 2, 1, 32, 17. Alvarado to Meyer for the hat trick. 2-point conversion good. Baraboo tried to do a couple of things right before halftime, ended up with nothing and end a half. That brings us to our score of 28-7. Stats, Nami, take it away, sir.
We have a full-on fireworks show going on across the way here. You probably can't see it on the
You
screen.
cannot, and I'm not going to get up and move the camera.
Dad's not on the camera right now.
No,
but
he's taking a break.
All right. So
your dad quit just like you quit last night.
No, I was
you quit.
Assigned
you
other
quit.
duties.
When you're not around me, I tell everyone that you just quit.
Well, I'll remember that in the spring.
Sounds good. I might quit by then. You never know. Put up with you for another few months.
No, you can't do that. All right, Baraboo, 135 yards on the ground, kind of what we expected, a ground and pound offense. And they had 6 different people with rushing yardage. So Puckhammer with 24, Vittengal with 53, Pellin with 25, Turkington with 3, Romberg with 29, all on that 29-yard touchdown run, and Dyer with a yard. That equals 135. Vittengal was 2 for 5 for 27 yards. They've tried passing 5 times, which is more, honestly, than I thought they would.
There you go. Now you got a fireworks show.
Go,
stats. Amazing stats.
This is, they're excited about my stats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Vittengal 2 for 5, 27 yards passing. Beal had a 2-yard catch. Brewster with 25 yards receiving on 2 catches. For La Crosse Central, Shepard, 54 yards, highlighted by a 27-yard touchdown run. Alvarado ran for 2. Rudrud ran for 2 on 2 carries. Alvarado in the air, 5 for 8, 170 yards, and the 3 TDs, all 3 to Henry Meyer, who had 5 catches for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns. Polma on the other side, 37 yards, or 32 yards receiving, I'm sorry. We're good. Yep, thank you.
Oh, for my phone?
I'm not sure.
You got a Pixel? Got a Google?
So 170 yards in the air for Alvarado, and that's really been the difference in this game. Central's ability to be multifaceted on offense. You saw them run the ball. We saw them start the game by trying to throw out wide, that opened up the field a little bit, allowed Shepard to start getting some momentum, getting some yardage, got the touchdown run. As soon as Baraboo started to try to collapse in the box again, then we saw Central start to go outside, found Henry Meyer. Oh my gosh, here's the finale. Thank you, yes. My stats are that good.
I thought that was for my drive chart.
We saw Central, though, once Baraboo started stacking the box, we saw Central respond by throwing the little slant outs and getting Henry Meyer involved, and Henry Meyer running with a purpose tonight as he's been hard to bring down.
3 touchdowns so far for him.
And it's not just the touchdowns, it's the way he's getting in there. I mean, these guys are just kind of bouncing off him as he's looking to do some damage with the ball.
Our connection did not like those fireworks. I don't know what it was with the fireworks were bringing on. That Ray's not even on. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, you got to see the bleachers there for a quick minute, too. Gotta check those out.
I do have some updates from around the league if we want those.
Ray, you're a little cockeyed now on the camera yet.
We got 15-13 Sparta over Reedsburg. Aquinas 40, Black River Falls 0 at the half, 40-0.
Oof.
Holman and Toma are at halftime. Holman is ahead 14-10.
Good, Ray.
How about this one? This is a big one for conference standings. Logan 21 on Alaska 14 at the half.
Wow.
So Logan now with a lead over on Alaska, that would really the Riverhawks are excited about that, as if Alaska takes a loss, that's going to put Central back at the top, assuming they can hang on and win here tonight.
Right, because then Alaska has a loss, right?
Not in the conference.
No, not in the conference.
19-14, New Lisbon over Royal. That, I think, pretty much catches us up with everybody.
Okay, so we had Logan at Alaska, Sparta hosting Reedsburg, Holman at Toma. West Salem's also at Altoona. We never heard that one. Obviously, you mentioned Aquinas rolling over Black River Falls. The Mississippi Valley Conference, Baraboo and Onalaska and Logan all 2-0 on the season. Central, Sparta, both 1-1. Reedsburg, Toma, and Holman trying to get their first conference win of the year.
Platteville big over Prairie du Chien. That's a big win.
Jeez.
For Platteville, 21-0. Prairie du Chien, a good team down there. So
how are they done already?
Yeah, I don't know.
Early kickoff, maybe?
And Joel, listen to this. We have a viewer who played on the 1969 Central football team. He's watching us tonight from Tennessee, Jerry Meyer. Jerry, thank you for tuning in. He's actually Trisha's uncle and is tuning in, watching the old alma mater, and has to be enjoying the 28-7 halftime score for the Riverhawks.
We thank you for tuning in here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel and being one of our fine followers. As the late Bob Barker would say, a loyal friend and true. And that is how I feel with all the people that have come up and said some nice things. Usually to Nami, they don't know me, so they don't say much to me, which is perfectly fine.
Well, they like me more.
Well, that's understandable. Yeah. You're out in the public. I'm not. Nobody sees me. About the only time anyone sees me is right here.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they don't see me because I'm behind the camera. We were on camera, last week for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get our in pregame on camera.
I wasn't doing that again.
We'll have to do that next week, though. We're back at EWL.
I don't know if I want to do that again.
I like it. I can do the Collinsworth slide in. I think we should do it. The fans are clamoring for it, Joel.
I don't know about that. If we're going to do it, though, I told Dana that we're going to adjust a little bit. We'll talk one thing about each team and then send it down to the field, as opposed to the full pregame, because that was awfully long.
Anissa said I looked like I had a really, really big head in that, so maybe we can adjust that, too, to maybe – my head must have been distorted on there. It certainly isn't that big.
No. You can't help that because it's just the way you are. You have a giant, enormous head.
Big brain.
Maybe it was some other fat guy with a tiny head. That would be me because I'm the one with the tiny head. I can almost wear Owen's Cookie Monster hat.
We're big-headed, tiny head. That could be our name.
Pretty much, yes. If people keep coming up and giving you congratulations and thank yous, you're going to have a bigger hat. Not even going to fit in the Ford on the way home. Division II rankings, Kettle Moran 4-0. They're at Waukesha South tonight. Wanakee 4-0. They're at Watertown. Sussex Hamilton is playing the number 3 team in Division II, Brookfield Central. Kakana, is that?
Yep.
Kakana, all right. They're at Fond du Lac. That's they're the 4th team of number 4 in the division rankings. is Kaukauna, and then 5 is Badger. They're hosting Wilmot. I thought that would be kind of fun to know where all the top 10 teams are. Menominee 4-0, they're hosting Hudson. West De Pere, they're 3-1. They're number 7 in the Division II rankings. They're taking on Pulaski. It rounds out with New Richmond hosting Superior. Sun Prairie East is actually at Sun Prairie West. That's the East is the number 9 team. And rounding out the top 10, Homestead, they're on the road to Hartford. And actually that game took place last night, so I don't know if Homestead won or not, but that Hartford game for Homestead was last night. I had Division III, but I don't think I'd be able to name half. Well, I'd probably do about 3/4 of them. I think
Let's
I could
hear
get
it.
them. So, Division III rankings. Number 1 is Port Washington. They're at Ripon. They're 4-0. Actually, almost everybody's undefeated in the rankings. Mount Orab, Barneveld. They're versus Monona Grove. That's Mount Orab is the number 2 team. Notre Dame is the number 3 team. They're at Sheboygan North. Number 4 is Plymouth. They're at Kewaskum. And then number 5 is New Berlin West. They're hosting New Berlin Eisenhower. I wonder, do they play the same place then, Nami, or is that different spots? Do you know?
Not familiar, no.
Okay. Bottom half of the Division III rank, and the reason why we're covering Division III tonight, too, is because Baraboo's in that. Pewaukee, they're against Milwaukee Lutheran, and Pewaukee's at home. They're 2-2, but still 6 in the rankings. Must have had some tough upper division games that they've played. Grafton, they're 3-1. They're the number 7 team at Greenfield. Menasha is versus Green Bay East. Another game last night. I didn't get a final that one. West Bend East was against Whitefish Bay. And then Rhinelander is the number 10 team versus Antigo.
Close. You had all the names right except the last one.
What is it?
Anago.
Anago.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I was just going to compliment you, too. You're becoming a true Wisconsinite. You flew right through those names.
Well, I'll just know everybody from Wisconsin and Iowa.
Now we got to get you Madison La Follette.
Oh, I know. I messed that again last night.
I know. I heard it. We'll get you there.
Yeah. Not going to see them anyway, likely. All those Madison teams. I mean, you're never going to see them unless they're maybe at a tournament. They might meet up at the tournament. They weren't even at, like, the DeForest tournament, though.
Really?
They didn't even go to that. So Central gets the ball first. A little squib kick. And this is returned by Rude, and the flag coming back. Past the 50-45, but you can forget about it, and it's coming back.
He got the edge, but there was a reason he got the edge there.
Yeah, exactly. So Central starts off 28-7. Again, thank you to our great sponsors. Got to highlight Mr. Schultz earlier tonight, one of our donation sponsors.
He was fun to talk to, wasn't he?
Brian was super nice.
Yeah, we spent quite a bit of time there. Not really even talking about the YouTube channel.
No, just talking about other things.
Talking about everything.
Yes. And again, I'm going to highlight this with 11:52 here in the third quarter. Then we're going to first drive of the second half, figure out where the Riverhawks are going to have this ball.
What was this penalty? Was it a 15-yarder?
No, it was holding.
Holding?
It was
So it's
holding,
10.
yeah, holding.
Looked like he marked off 12.
No. Well, I think might have been off on where the actual
Yeah,
flag
spot
was
of the
thrown,
foul.
yeah. That's at the 33 then. But my cheap plug for a business, we're still looking for businesses that can help us out. And certainly NAMI or Mr. Ambrose or myself can help you out. We're looking for our major sponsor. That's really what we're looking for. The major sponsor, I'll even highlight what you get. You get your own 30-second commercial as Shepherd loses about 2 on that first play of the second half. Get your own 30-second ads. You can produce them. We can I will write them for the business if you needed to. And also, your business logo would be on the screen for the entire duration of every live broadcast we cover for play-by-play. That's what you're getting. And we'll talk about your business for sure. Heck, you can sponsor a player of the game if you wanted to. You can do all kinds of stuff with us. We're pretty flexible when it comes to the business sponsorships. Central coming out, the -2 play and the penalty on the kickoff, and here's another penalty.
Coach Olson not going to be happy about the way the Riverhawks coming out here offensively.
No.
-2 as Shepherd had nowhere to run, and then a penalty. Had a penalty on the kickoff. We saw this earlier in the year too. I can't remember against one of the Eau Claire schools where Central had a big lead.
North.
And then was it North? And then they allowed North to kind of hang around and almost get back into that game.
Yes.
Got to keep your foot on the pedal here.
Yep, that was the Eau Claire North game up on, well, broken play. Alvarado tripped on his own feet.
I don't know what that was.
Backed up all the way to the 20. Or 21 maybe?
It looked like he went to throw to the near side here and nobody was there to throw it to.
I think that was a fake handoff.
Was it really?
Yes, that was a fake handoff. Oh my goodness. They need to get all the way to the Central has to get to the 44-yard line. Well, you got to turn the music off. Alvarado, middle screen. It's open. Got a blocker upon. Oh, if he could have. Lyman just needed to give him one more.
Got about 12 on that.
Yeah. So they had lost about 5 on that trip. Maybe 10.
So
10 yards there for Caden Upon on the catch.
We talked about having the opportunity of the 2-for-1. Well, you got to finish it off. I mean,
Right.
can't come out offensively like that.
It wasn't even 10. I don't think he even got 10. That's what I wrote. But Alvarado to punt. Got away. Oh, off the side of his foot. A lot of hang time, but it's not even going to get over into Baraboo territory. At 9:27.
Kind of inauspicious start here for second half for the Riverhawks. Somebody's going to have to step up and make a play.
Baraboo will have it where? 47-yard line. Wow.
And this is what we did to Baraboo in the first half.
Correct. And you're talking, we both were kind of talking about how important it was that Central had that touchdown before halftime. Got a good chance to come out, put another touchdown on the board, put a lot of pressure on Baraboo. And instead here, handoff Dyer going straight up in the middle, past the 45. Just, I mean, right in the middle of the field, and we got a Riverhawk down again. This is a gain of about almost 5. Call it 4, and a Riverhawk down.
4 wide receiver set there for the Thunderbirds, trying to open up those middle lanes for their backs.
Well, we'll get an idea of who is down on the field in just a moment. We'll throw up our donation sponsors.
Well, he's running though.
Antoine Hardy getting up and running off the field.
He was down for a while there. I was starting to get worried, but good to see him pop up and get to the sideline.
Hardy's had a good game too. Been in on a lot of tackles tonight for Central. That 5-yard gain, that last play for Baraboo. 2nd down and 5. Handoff Dyer again. Got through to the second level before being thrown down.
Somebody had him around the feet, thankfully.
Zachary Adams coming in to help out. Probably subbed in because Hardy came off the field. We haven't seen number 58 much. Zachary Adams, a junior linebacker, 6'1", 185. I like getting those in there. You could probably tell. And then the Riverhawks jumped. Plus 5 and the first down for Baraboo.
Coach Olson's going to blow a gasket here. Special teams came out poor. Offense came out poor. Defense looking poor. Third and 3, and you jump off sides.
And the Riverhawks have multiple guys coming out the field. They're trying to get lined up. Hit and goal. Nowhere to go, though. Upon there. Over on the far side. No gain. So Caden in on that for no gain. Second down and 10. Clock moves. Third quarter, 28-7. Central leading.
Central fortunate on that play, as you mentioned, they were trying to sub people out. There were 3 or 4 subs running in and off the field there.
I didn't know what was going on,
No.
honestly. That was pretty discombobulated. 3 wide receivers on this near side. Vittengall looks, being chased, and upon just got it. Vittengall just got away, trying again. Looks, now just heaves it, and incomplete.
Good job by
Boy.
Vittengall to avoid the sack there as he
But
was.
you got to throw that away the first time.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, not the second.
You're right. Well, trying to keep the play alive. Good job by the defensive backs to keep everybody covered. That's hard when you're having to cover a guy for that long.
You're exactly right about that. That's the one thing I was wondering about. Is that somebody might come open. Certainly one of the wide receivers fading over to that far end of the field, try to help his quarterback out, but nobody open.
That play looked like me playing Madden.
Yeah.
Mike Vick.
Yes, exactly. 99 speed.
Yep.
Trips on the near side. Third down and 10. Vittengall goes back underneath and missed this target of Dyer. Really going to Dyer here. Josiah Dyer. What'd you have him for the first half? Did he have anything?
I had him
Dyer?
for 1 yard rushing.
Ooh. Well, we saw a lot more of Pellin and a lot more of, well, Turkington had a little bit, but yeah, Puttkamer had a lot too. So incomplete, 4th down and 10. Looks like Baraboo going to go for it.
Here's your chance to right the ship for this Riverhawk team here and kind of get your feet under you here for the second half. Get a stop here, get the ball back to the offense.
Vittengall, 2 wide receivers on each side. Goes back to pass. Eber tried to bring pressure. Oh, he got away from one upon, but nowhere near.
Ball came out, I
Yes,
think.
it did. It
Doesn't matter.
Right. I guess it'll matter for field position.
Central got it.
Oh, another Riverhawk down. So Hardy in on the tackle. Gain of what? 3, 4?
Yeah.
It wasn't much. And turnover on down. Although, are you calling that a fumble then?
I suppose you have to. I mean, that's. We did recover it. I saw the official signal our way.
So fumble by Vittengall. That's our first turnover of the night. And we do have a Riverhawk down. Team Wireless, help us out.
Team Wireless, Lacrosse's hometown Verizon store, is a proud sponsor of the Central Riverhawks. Find Team Wireless in the Three Rivers Plaza on Copeland Avenue, next to Festival Foods. Go Hawks!
Cooper Hansen was the man down, but he comes off the field for the Riverhawks. They get the turnover on downs. Technically the fumble actually by Vittengall and recovered by the Riverhawks. And so Central will take over at the 30-yard line of their own.
Big defensive stop there by the Riverhawks. Things were getting a little out of control. Now a chance to settle down, maybe get a couple first downs here, take some clock.
That's the key right here is can the Riverhawks get a few first downs through the run game? This will certainly help. Shepard, got to be.
I think it was.
Yep, 23, the Jordan number, and 7 yards on his first carry. Gavin, 23, junior running back, 5'8", 165. He's rushed hard all season long. Came in here tonight with 335 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, so can add 4th on the season. 68 carries. He has been a workhorse, and he's called upon again over on the far side. Made one man miss, snuck through that left tackle spot all the way to the 45-yard line before he's gang tackled by several Thunderbirds.
Just runs so hard, doesn't he? And you give him a little crease, and he gets through there. And then he's just going to – he always falls forward.
Yes. 8 yards on that carry. First down and 10 for Central, and keep that clock a-burning. Burn that midnight oil.
I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Shepard and Rudert here.
Got to believe it. And maybe an Alvarado hold and keeper once in a while. It's just Shepard going straight ahead. What a push by the Riverhawks.
And remember the size of that defensive line for Baraboo. The offensive line for Central's doing some work tonight.
I'll call out Kleinhans on that because, whoo, my. Adam was just making his man move on that.
I've just been really impressed with them all year long, really. They've played phenomenally.
5 yards. Kleinhans is on that right guard spot.
And you heard Alvarado mention it in his interview, how thankful he is that he's not running for his life every time he tries to throw the ball.
Right. Shepard with a little stutter step. Ooh, a little push at the end there, too. Got to watch that. That was Kyle Felt. Push it down on the Riverhawk after the carry. Don't want things to get out of hand. That's a gain of 1. We'll actually make it 2. 3rd down, 3.
If you go back to the slant here, it would be wide open.
Yeah, he's on the near side, isn't he?
Yep.
Is Turkington guarding Meyer on this near side. He's trying to block him from going in the interior.
Yep.
Instead, it's Alvarado.
I like that.
Yep, first down, past the 45, fall to about the 40. I would have had him at the 42.
Gain
Back
of
official,
7.
yeah, back official moved him back a little bit, but I know they're not placing it there. Yep. Even 8. Nice.
A little bit quarterback power. I like it.
Yes. Well, kept going to Shepard, Got to change it up a little bit. Need that 3rd down conversion. Got it. And again, clock moves. That's the key. Just keep this clock moving. Shepard wrapped up in the backfield. Nice play as Pellin drops him. Drop Shepard after actually a loss of 2. Pellin, who we talked about as a main runner in that first half, as well as Puttkammer. But we haven't really seen Puttkammer at all. And then Pellin makes a good defensive play there, puts Riverhawks behind the chains. 2nd down and 11. One wide receiver right and left. And Alvarado had it knocked down. And that might have been a good thing he did because that slant was covered up nicely. Turkington was looking in that direction, and he had jumped that route.
So Turkington, what he's doing is getting right up on Henry. You can see it on your screen, getting right up on Henry and then not letting him release. And you're allowed to do that within, 5 yards?
5.
You can do that? Yeah,
you
you're
do
allowed to do
5.
that within 5 yards. So that's going to be their counter to Henry's big night, is to try to get contact on him early before he can release on his route.
Stops the clock at 4:43, 3rd quarter. Then we get to the all-important money quarter.
4 wides here.
Yep. Just one wide receiver over that far side. Boy, they let that music run for a little bit too long, I feel like. Anyway, Alvarado being chased. There's a flag, probably a hold. And Alvarado just scampers out of bounds. Around the 40-yard line, probably got 2-3 on the. But it doesn't matter as there's a penalty as holding. Now, if you're Coach Turkington over there, do you decline it? Or do you take it? Be
Looks like
third.
he's going to take it.
He is going to take it.
Central needs to be real careful here. It's 3rd and long. You don't want to turn the ball over and create a short field.
Right.
A decent play here, even if you don't get the first down and you're able to punt it away, bury them deep in their own end, trust your defense, is still a good possession there as they got a couple first downs. Ran, 5 minutes off the clock? I don't know what we were at, 4 or 5 minutes?
7:37, about 3.
So it would end up being about 4 minutes off the clock with the decent play here.
Right.
And, when you're up 28-7, that's a good drive.
Alvarado back to pass, looking in the middle, going to Meyer, jumps up incomplete. Good coverage on that too, as Puttkammer.
I think they're aware of Henry Meyer now.
Yeah. After the hat trick he had in the first half, so an incomplete pass only burns the 3 minutes off the clock then in that drive for Central. And so Alvarado will look to punt. Nami will have more score updates for you. I can tell you right now that as long as we're on the air or off, if my phone is dying, we're going to get off the air as quick as possible. There won't be much of a recap. Just so you know that it's home for that touched the foot. Romberg tried to come up. It ended up hitting his cleat, and the Riverhawks have it back.
Wow.
That's a big play. Isaiah Walker, his second big play of the night.
He's had a great game. I was worried that we touched it first, but it doesn't look like we did.
No, the Riverhawks got out of the way,
Yep.
and what a play. And the drive will technically continue.
Yeah, now take some more time off. Run this
Yes.
thing out to the fourth quarter. Do have some updates. Logan, Onalaska, a game that's important to us, 21-21 in the third quarter. Wisconsin Dells 14-13 over Boston at the half.
Okay. You're getting all kinds of scores, then, aren't you?
Everywhere.
Yeah. Alvarado not going to get away. Great play there by Kyle Felt.
Alvarado keeps it himself for
No gain. I'll just continue the drive that was up here. I'll call it the tens play. I won't even drop it. Well, technically, the Baraboo never had possession, so it just keeps the clock moving and the drive alive. 2nd down and 9. Yeah, there won't be much of a recap. We probably won't even have stats. Maybe Nami will throw out one or two. And underneath throw to Caden Apon on the out pattern from the tight end spot. Nice catch and run, turned upfield. Past the 30, close to the 27. That was a nice little play. I thought maybe Alvarado was going to force it deep. And it didn't look like it was open to Palma, who's now on this near side. Myers flipped over to the far side.
third down and 2.
Makes it a manageable third down.
7 yards on that.
Big play
Actually,
here.
8.
Big play here is you want to keep the clock moving.
Right.
Get another first down here.
Oh, and a little trickery. This is a counter. It was handed off twice, actually.
Inside reverse or
Yes.
something like that, yeah.
And it was Apon that ends up with the ball. And he rushes easily for the first down all the way down to the 19.
What'd we give him on that?
That was 13.
Perfect. Just what the doctor ordered there. Let that clock run under 3 minutes now in the third.
Yeah, because they were.
Now you're getting close enough. Finish it with a touchdown.
Right, exactly.
Throw the hammer down. Got some chain issues. There, now they got it.
Okay.
They were wrapped up on each other.
Now you got the chain gang that has the LED lights. Have you
Yeah,
seen those
I like
too?
those, yeah.
Jeez. Fancy. Alvarado, a handoff inside. Shepard, ooh. And is drilled coming out. That's Beagle.
Shepard, the ball carrier.
Beagle actually laying down on Shepard. Oh, big hit.
Got him right square in the chest.
Mhm. Picture perfect tackle.
It was,
Seriously,
yeah.
put that on film and watch it over and over and show the kids.
Shepard won't be watching it over and over.
Well, that's true. Good point. Right back to, no, Alvarado keeps over on the far side. Rude making a man miss. Did he get past the 10? It was close. 3rd down and pretty short. This should be marked awfully close.
Well, what are we doing there?
Get all the way to the 10 is where they're marking it. They needed to the 9. Awfully close. 9 yards is the carry for Rude, and it will be 3rd down and 1.
So hard to tell from this angle.
I know.
Those
I
yard
was
markers.
waiting for. That's why I watched the chain gang all the way down.
Yeah.
Alvarado keeps far side, turned upfield near the 5. I believe that's about right where he is, and he is at the 5 and a first down. Thank you, Nami.
Yep.
It'll be first and goal from the 5.
I like it even better than getting in because now you can run it down even
Yes.
further. Assuming you finish with a touchdown.
Right. What'd you give him on that then? 4?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Clock continues to move. We're nearing a minute. Just remember that we have football. Our next actual broadcast is happening Thursday. Alvarado just going to try to wiggle back, can't. And another great tackle by Legal this time. But, you know, again, as you said, Nami, this isn't really the worst thing. Because even if it's a loss of, what was it, 2, loss of 2, you're still burning the clock. You really could take this play, then take it all the way to the fourth quarter, flip the field.
And I think that's exactly what they'll do. You know, and even you obviously want to finish it off with a touchdown.
Right.
Even if you don't, you go for it on 4th down. If you don't get it, you're turning the ball over to them inside their own 10, maybe
Right.
5-yard line. Down by 21 in the 4th quarter.
Why
You
does the
take
clock
that.
stopped?
Not sure. Injury. We didn't see it.
Oh, I didn't notice an injury. Must have been a Baraboo player. Yeah, I didn't see anybody coming off.
Central in no hurry here as
Well, no.
as they shouldn't be.
No, that clock was at 45. You could take this thing all the way down. Alvarado look. Oh, boy. That's a bad pass underneath and intercepted by Baraboo. Over on the far side, it's Rude comes up with a big hit.
So there's the one thing you did not want to do.
John Bodine is the one that cuts inside of that and an INT.
Bodine read that play perfectly, and it looked like Alvarado was thrown to him. That's how well he read that play. Not what you wanted to do there. That's about worst case scenario for the Riverhawks.
Right.
And you'd taken that crowd, full stands of crowd over there out of the game, and now they're right back in it. Loud.
Yes. So Bodine with an interception. Only the 3rd interception for the Baraboo defense. Vitgall hands off. An inside handoff here. That was to Dyer. Really don't think any gain there, and we head to the 4th quarter. 28-7, not the way the Riverhawks wanted to finish off that 3rd quarter. We'll see what they got left in store for the money quarter. 28-7, Central up on Baraboo.
Consolidated Energy Company is a local family-owned supplier of refined fuels and propane. For more than 30 years, they've supported local homeowners, farmers, and businesses in the Cooley region and beyond. Customers count on Consolidated Energy for reliable supply and service at competitive rates. Check out their programs created to meet your unique fuel and propane needs at consolidatedenergyco.com or call 608-782-3308.
Team Wireless, La Crosse's hometown Verizon store, is a proud sponsor of the Central Riverhawks. Find Team Wireless in the Three Rivers Plaza on Copeland Avenue, next to Festival Foods. Go Hawks!
I was like, yeah, me too.
Yep.
4th quarter, I call it the money quarter, and the Riverhawks have the lead of 28-0. But Baraboo comes up with the INT right before the end of the 3rd. And Riverhawks jumping a route there. Davis getting in the shorts of Brewster, an incomplete pass. Good coverage, and Davis ran it well. 3rd down and 8. It's a long 8 for Baraboo. You had a couple score updates, at least the biggest one on Alaska and Logan. Keeping an eye on that one for you.
It's 28-28 in the 4th quarter.
Nami might not have a voice by the end of tonight either.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest, but I made the trip. I'm here. I'm a professional.
Could have fooled me. All right, sorry. 3rd down and 8. I'm telling you, this looks like 9. He's going to need all the way to the 49. Vitgall throws underneath. An incomplete pass, looking over on that far side of Brewster again on a quick out.
Flag on the play. Not sure what this is going to be. He signaled like a personal foul.
He signaled personal foul.
Now another. Oh, no, that was a football. thought that was another
Right,
flag.
no. Luke Hansen is celebrating, saying it's on Baraboo. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's going to be a dead ball penalty too, which means it's the down is going to count.
Correct.
Unsportsmanlike, yep.
An unsportsmanlike penalty, that should be 15 yards, plus the third down counted, so make it fourth down, and what was fourth down and 8, Baraboo probably thinking about going for it. This is fourth down and, what, a half a mile?
Yeah, now what do you do here if you're Baraboo? I mean, you don't want to punt the ball back, but
Right.
it's 4th and 20-something.
49, 22.
Yeah.
Fourth down and 22.
You got to believe if they didn't have that penalty, they were going to go for it on 4th
Oh, yeah.
and 8, you know.
The Central Riverhawks had to call a timeout. You know, and I don't know if they knew that Orlando Vargas over on the far side was just running on the field for Baraboo. So everything discombobulated on that fourth down. The officials trying to mark things. I think Baraboo wanted to go quickly, but then they realized they were short a man. And so were the Riverhawks. They were kind of scrambling around to line up, make sure everybody was lined up in the spots that they needed. So Coach Olson and company calling that timeout at 11:52 here in the money quarter.
Good job. Good timeout by Coach Olson there to make sure everybody's in order. This is a big play here. You don't want to give up something goofy. You want to get the ball back so you can run some more clock.
Right, 100% on that. So, again, to reiterate, we're probably not going to have much of a recap. Nami's probably not even going to have stats finished out for you. I'll hit Twitter and make sure that you do find a few things. But I do want to make mention our next broadcast, play-by-play broadcast, won't come until Thursday. I know it seems like we've had so much volleyball here lately, but the girls are off on Tuesday night. So Thursday at Onalaska. As Vittengel gets this off, and to Meyer, 36-yard line, turns upfield, cuts to this near side, and has some spots. Yes, he does. He's got room, and he'll turn all the way upfield. He's still in bounds, cuts back inside, bounces off of a man, and is hit at the 2.
Oh, my goodness.
And guess who? Orlando Vargas, who was the late substitution, is the one that comes in.
Henry Meyer, oh, my goodness. What an effort. Stayed in bounds, tiptoed the sidelines, put a couple moves on, and almost got in the end zone. Why do teams punt to him? I don't understand. Actually, if any opposing teams are watching this, keep punting to him. This is just rare for him. Keep punting to him. That'll work. That'll work out for you.
Right. It's rare. Yeah, we've seen it like 4 times tonight. But, yeah, you betcha.
I don't understand.
I don't either. And Meyer's going to be mad at himself again because he's short 2 yards.
Yes, he is.
He has a hat trick in the receiving touchdowns tonight.
He's 3 yards away from 5 touchdowns tonight.
Yep, he is. Alvarado just takes, keeps, plows through, touchdown. Alvarado in from 2 yards. And, boy, you go back to that pick. So 2 yards for Alvarado puts it 34-7. You think about it, though, if they could have scored their last drive plus this one, now you're at running clock 35, right?
Right. Yep. It's all right. Coach Olson's going to be happy with that touchdown there.
I mean, the clock's running anyway.
Set up by Henry Meyer.
Why is the clock running?
Not sure.
I mean, it's still running.
There should be an on-time down.
I mean, I'm not mad that it's running, but probably somebody tells someone that the clock is running.
Now there's a penalty. The clock's still running.
It's still going.
They do not have the timeless wonder Jan Janiczeski in their press box.
Just keep going. Keep going. You bet.
I wonder if Baraboo agreed to do this maybe. You know, they do have a lot of guys playing both ways.
That's true.
Maybe
that's
this
a
is
good
something
point.
that they talked about. If Central scores again, let's just go running clock.
Right. That's true. Because they do. And you feel bad for the Baraboo Thunderbirds who have to play both sides because of the, you know, we talked to their AD too, Jim. Another jump. And by the way, we should thank Jim.
Yeah,
for
sure.
getting us up here. They have a press box for us. You know, so nice that we had a spot.
Very accommodating to us. Made sure we had everything we needed up here.
Yes, he's so, and he took my phone call the other day, which I wondered if he would, because my area code is nowhere near Wisconsin, and so I was like, he may think I'm like a spam call, but yeah, he answered his phone. We talked for a few minutes. I felt bad. I called him Jeff at the first. I did that because I don't know why I had Holman's AD on the mind too. I guess I don't know. But talk to Jim.
You shouldn't have Holman's because that guy's name is Jason. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know where I got Jeff from then. But anyway, this is walked in for the 2-point conversion by Alvarado. But yeah, that I felt so bad calling him the wrong name. And yeah, appreciate his hospitality. Yeah, there were several Baraboo people even when we walked in. We're like, oh, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. You know, the hospitality I got made me feel like I was back in Iowa. Certainly not in, never mind.
Next week we face Toma. Got an update on their game right now. They're playing Holman. They are trailing Holman 24-10 with 9 minutes left to go in the game. Sparta 15-13 with 4:22 left in that game. Sparta with the ball and driving. Onalaska Logan still tied at 28. That's the last update I got.
And I don't know who was covering that game.
Don't know.
Where, see, that game was being played at Onalaska, so would their booster club do any? I don't know, unless they have a huddle camera that's just thrown out there too. That I don't know.
Riverhawks big Logan Ranger fans tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, because I found out through you. I was like, well, what's it matter? You need Onalaska to lose again in order to win the conference, but you said there's no tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers.
Even head-to-head, which
You'd be co-champions.
You guys are weird.
That's a long way to go yet, though. But
oh, yes, absolutely. Don't want to look don't look ahead of Logan at the very end of the year.
You got that right.
Not only that, but don't look away from Toma for next week for homecoming.
Anybody in
this
league.
Because they surprised some people at the beginning. Remember, they started 2-0. So you can't think far enough ahead. Remember, we came in here going question marks. What happened? You know, how will the Riverhawks respond? How well are they going to play tonight? After the 1-point loss.
It's never easy, Joel.
No, it's
never.
not. And a big return here over on the far side. That Dyer turning upfield gets close to the 40-yard line. Out to the 39. And see, now the clock stopped, though. 9:19.
So I wonder what that was.
I had it at 9:19 when they started.
Now it says 10:19. They just added a minute.
Maybe they realized that they...
Well, the official has to realize it at some point. I mean,
right. Maybe they, up in the press box, they realized that the clock had ran. But, yeah, you shouldn't.
So you just add a minute? Okay.
I guess. I don't really fully understand that.
Oh, Jan, we miss you. We'll see him next week.
I would have preferred the 9.
Yeah.
High pass over the far side and the bubble screen to Brewster. Made a couple men miss. Runs past the 45 to the 47. And there's 8 yards right on that.
First completion for Vittengall in his last 6 attempts.
Luke Hansen hustling off. It looks like Baraboo is going to go with the no huddle offense. Ooh. Man, that is some tough, hard running by Dyer. He got wrapped up near the 50. He kept his legs moving all the way to the 44-yard line on the other side. Wow.
What'd you give him on that?
Let's see, where was that marked?
44.
6, 12. 12 on that for the first down, plus Vittengall on the keeper. Steps out of bounds. Gain of 5 there. Oh, 8. Wow, they really moved it down. Pardon me.
And more importantly, out of bounds.
Yeah, no kidding. Stopped the clock at 9:33, which was on the clock when the 2-point conversion was scored by the Riverhawks. Vittengall takes. Bad snap. He actually had to bobble that. And a guy wide open on that far side. And spinning away is Brewster, and he scores from 44. Okay.
One of the defensive backs or the linebackers, it might have been Antoine, somebody slipped on the field, left a guy wide open. Fortunately, that means we got to listen to the PA guy again.
Right. So what we thought was going to be about 8 minutes left, now 9 minutes, and Baraboo scores.
Hopefully they don't add another minute on again.
Yeah, no kidding. A second timeout by La Crosse Central.
I think it was Antoine that slipped on the field and left the guy kind of all by himself. And once Vittengal got on the ball, it was over.
Right. I mean, when you don't have to put any mustard on it,
Right.
that thing was a high lofting duck. You know something broke down defensively for Central because that doesn't happen very often. So we'll have volleyball for you on Thursday. Nami's going to have several interviews. I'm going to hopefully have several coaches' interviews next week because I have some time at night. I'm hoping girls tennis, right? That's going on. So we can get girls tennis on. Coach Olson will certainly be with me on Monday night at some point. Hoping Coach Peterson joins me for cross country as well. Those are the three I'm looking forward to next week.
Tell Coach Peterson if you get an interview with him to send me one of his athletes. I don't know many athletes on that team. Have them email me or come down to my office at school. We'll set up an interview. I'd like to get them some attention.
Yeah, definitely. Cross country, one of the finest athletic events I've ever been to and one of the most positive. State cross country in Iowa was a blast to cover. I got to go there 2 years straight, and man, it was so much fun. 2-point conversion in. Handed off to Pellin. That makes it at 36-15. 9:23 left. So Central has scored after that big return by Meyer all the way down to the 2. And Baraboo has answered the bell, at least for now, with that 44-yard touchdown pass from Vittengal to Brewster. If you're just joining us, let's recap the drives for the first half. Baraboo and Central traded punts. Baraboo scored first, 29-yard touchdown run by Romberg, made it 7-0 with the PAT. Central responded right away and scored on a 29-yard touchdown pass from Alvarado to Meyer. PAT good to make it 7-7. Baraboo 3 and out. Shepard 2-yard run after the big play of 37 yards. That was from Alvarado to Polma. To make it 14-7, Baraboo had several plays, then punted. Central 2 plays, 2 yards, then 44. Alvarado to Meyer. PAT was no good, made it 20-7. Baraboo 6 plays, ended up punting away, and Alvarado connected with Meyer again for 17, 28-7. That was our halftime score. And if you're just joining us, then there's the onside kick attempt by Baraboo, recovered by the Riverhawks. So Central will have it near midfield. Got to see, figured that was coming by Baraboo, trying to get some more possessions out of this fourth quarter. Instead, the Riverhawks were ready for it, much like they were last week on the surprise onside kick by Onalaska right before halftime, where the Riverhawks tied it up 14-14. Lost last week 29-28. I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you, but hey, you're good.
I got some more numbers.
All right.
Logan, Onalaska. Logan up 35-28, 6 minutes to go.
I'm telling you, Logan's going to lose on a heartbreaker.
No, don't say that.
That's what La Crosse's schools have been doing all year. Look how many Logan lost before we even got to conference.
No, they learned from that. They're going to hang on tonight.
I hope you're right. Shepard right up the middle, past the 50 to the 49-yard line. Good starting run for the Riverhawks and a gain of 5. Oh,
Injury
no.
timeout. Yep.
Don't want to hear that. Don't want the clock to stop. 9:11 on the clock, and boy, speaking of 9:11, that just it just doesn't seem like it's been so long ago. And the memorial, of course, 4 days ago, something that I will truly never forget in my lifetime. That's for sure.
One of those things. Everybody remembers where they were.
22 years already.
It's hard to believe.
Oh my gosh. Where were you?
I
ask
was
you.
Student teaching up at Holman High School.
Student teaching.
Yep. We were outside playing softball. I was going to be a PE teacher in my former life, and we were outside playing softball, and the dean of students came out and said that we had been attacked, and we were instructed to go inside and turn on the TVs. And see what was going on. It was just unbelievable. In fact, one of the students up there had family members in New York at that time, and so there was a lot of, obviously, concern.
Right.
Everybody was okay, thankfully, from her family. But, yeah, just something you'll never, ever forget.
I was in college at Iowa Lakes Community College up at Esterville, and I was actually taking PE classes, looking to get in on that too. And, yep, came right in. Actually, I did not see anything live until I got into the building. And then noticed the TV was on, and I kind of looked up. Not really, you don't even register what was happening.
No.
And then all of a sudden I asked one of the students, Rachel, I said, Rachel, what is going on? And she said, I think we've been attacked. And then all of a sudden, like the rest of the day, there was like no school, just trying to, pretty crazy.
Riverhawks need a first down here to try and run some more clock. 3rd and 2.
Yes.
It's a long 2.
It is a long 2. They need to get over to the 44.
Not going to get it
No,
either.
they're not. In fact, it's a loss for Baraboo. Stacks up. Riverhawks runner Shepard. Loss of a couple.
What do you
These
do
fourth
here?
quarters.
Yeah.
These fourth quarters for Central have been problematic.
What do you do if you're Coach Olson here?
Go.
On their side of the 50.
Go.
Yeah.
Coach Colburn instructing Caden Upon to get out there. But I go for this.
They're going to have to hurry here.
All right, because the play clock's got to be getting low. Central has burned 2 timeouts already.
Well,
That was a loss of 2.
Back judge doesn't count. Oh, there he goes. I was going to say he wasn't counting. At 5 now. 3, got to snap it.
They're
2.
Not going to.
Going to take the delay.
Yep, they'll take the delay game.
There it is.
Did get one of the interior linemen for Baraboo to jump, but not far enough to get the flag. And here comes the punting unit.
I like the idea. Try and get a cheapie.
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
At homecoming next week, festivities happening throughout, right?
Absolutely.
Throughout the week.
Absolutely. Exciting
Dress-up
week.
days and all those things.
Thursday will be our homecoming day parade. We'll get to walk by Harry Spence and walk by, well, we walk by Longfellow, but all the Harry Spence students come out and are on the streets watching us. Good chance for us to showcase all the clubs and sports we have at Central, and our whole student body will be walking down to Longfellow, turn the corner, come back around.
What street is that?
Goes down Green Bay, and then we come. So we go down Green Bay, we turn on whatever it is just before Longfellow, walk by Longfellow, then turn back to Green Bay and come back down Green Bay. So they close off Green Bay Street for us.
Okay.
Make everybody on Losey Boulevard mad that traffic is
Yeah, I
held
was going
up.
to say.
We try and do it quick.
Good punt by Alvarado. And get going all the way inside the 10. What a punt there by Jude Alvarado. Just what the doctor ordered. Let Baraboo have to go the length of the field. 7:21. That drive took 2 minutes and 2 seconds off. And it's at the 6-yard line of Baraboo's.
Yeah, Wednesday I saw is Barbie Day. Dress up in your Barbie outfit or something pink. That's a new one. Usually we have Jersey Day. I get to wear my Tua jersey, but they replaced Tua with Barbie, and I don't have much Barbie.
I just checked out a book at the library that's is called Pink is for Everybody.
Oh, there you go.
So you can wear pink.
Okay. I don't have much pink, but I'll look and see what I got.
Owen's been rocking a pink shirt. It's so funny.
I do like pink. I just don't have much of it.
I don't. I think I got one from a pink out.
Oh, there you go.
I had one of those. Oh, my. Open, thrown at Romberg. A chunk play. Oh, he lost the football. And the Riverhawks come up with it.
Wow.
Romberg, Georgian on that strip. Who ended up with the recovery?
What are they saying here now?
No. He threw the chip for the fumble.
So the question is, what's the discussion then? I hear Tad
Yes, I do too.
encouraging the officials to give it to him. There, they're going to.
Yeah, they're going to.
I don't know how you wouldn't.
Right. The ball was clearly out. Romberg should have got out of bounds and instead tried to extra yardage, was stripped.
He got open on some type of broken coverage, but a good job by the Riverhawks getting to the ball and able to rip it out.
Give him 30 yards because he was at the 36-yard line when he lost the ball. And then the Riverhawks fumble by Romberg.
Sloppy fourth quarter here.
Yes.
Seems to have been recovered by the Riverhawks. We never saw an official signal.
PA guy calling out the officials.
I guess. I don't know why you would do that.
No.
Alvarado keeps, turns upfield. Oh, boy, he had a chance to make it all the way to the end zone on that.
Great fake on that. I was watching Shepard. He had 4 yards. He didn't have the ball.
Right.
Is
It's
this Alvarado again?
Yes. Got to see where this ball is marked, too. I think it's at the 19. If it is, it's an 11-yard run.
I'm wondering if this can be the night for Alvarado. Let Peyton come in and finish up the game here.
Or 12. 12. Make it 12, Nami.
Okay. He's been shaken up on a couple plays. This
Yeah,
one
yes.
a little more concerning because I think he got hit lower body.
He's pointing at his leg. Well, we'll take the timeout. We don't need to see Jude Alvarado down on the ground for the Riverhawks. Take timeout.
Consolidated Energy Company is a local family-owned supplier of refined fuels and propane. For more than 30 years, they've supported local homeowners, farmers, and businesses in the Coulee region and beyond. Customers count on Consolidated Energy for reliable supply and service at competitive rates. Check out their programs created to meet your unique fuel and propane needs at consolidatedenergyco.com or call 608-782-3308.
Alvarado come off the field. Strip monitor is going to play as the quarterback. Nami George saying that should be the end of Alvarado for the night. I would have to agree. He is jogging back and forth on the sideline off camera. Handoff. And was that Rude this time? Yes. Rude on the carry.
Rude, the ball carrier for the Riverhawks.
He gains about 3.
Holman and Toma tied 24 in the fourth quarter. Toma with a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, weren't they?
What was the
They
last
were down by quite a bit, weren't they?
Yeah, what was that last score we saw them?
So Holman at Toma, Sparta hosting Reedsburg, and that big one, Logan at Onalaska.
I guess they were only down 14-10 at the half. So
Okay, I thought it was more than that.
yeah, so did I.
I thought the early score update you had was 14-0.
Could have been.
Upon moves, and Rude and tackled in the backfield. Who else but Ross Legal? He's the one that is committed to Northern Illinois for no gain on that. But the main thing here is just to burn clock.
Right.
Leading by 21, trying to get out of here.
You ready for this, Joel? Onalaska 36-35. They converted a 2-point conversion to take the lead. 2 minutes to go.
Told you.
2 minutes to go, maybe. That's more than we had. Remember, we only had 9 seconds.
That's, yes. Handoff, Shepard, lots of running room. Got to be close to the first down. Past the 10. Got the first down. Or did he?
No, they're not going to give it to him. Going to give him 7
Well,
yards.
we're at a tough angle.
Well, the down marker's now in front of the.
Again.
It is a first down. Okay.
Gain of the 8, I guess.
So my question is, what is the chain gang doing? Because they still. Oh no.
I don't know.
Everybody's
Listen,
having a sloppy fourth quarter.
we're all tired, and
Yeah.
yes, this fourth quarter. Why is it? I call it the money quarter because we're all supposed to be on point by now. And of course, this is where you'd make your big fat contract if you come up with big plays in the fourth quarter. And Rude.
got away.
He slipped out of one. Down to the 1 yard line. Make it 8. So Rude is a yard shy of another touchdown for the Riverhawks. But yeah, my goodness, and it's been the fourth quarter in almost every game we've covered. Now the Onalaska one last week was pretty good, but some of these fourth quarters we have covered. I got to tell Coach Olson.
I think it's just a lack of focus. The guys get a lead
so.
and they start to take it for granted. You got to finish.
Completely agree with you on that. Rude stacked up, going off on that far side behind the right tackle, which would be Walker over there. Although, have you seen Colton Dunn tonight? 72. No. Yeah, so it'd be Walker over in that far. No. Yeah, you're right. No, he is over there.
Is he?
So Colton Dunn did get the start. Remember, he was at left tackle to start the season. He's moved over to right, and David Benet is the one that is the left tackle. I didn't get to run through starters. We were just happy to get on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Rude. Can't get in on 3rd and goal at the 1.
Baraboo defense stiffening at the goal line.
So no gain and no gain. Puts it 4th down. Well, you know you're going to go for it. Doesn't really matter. There's a whole 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. One substitution hustling on. Connor Gross. We haven't seen Connor much tonight, have we?
No, we have not.
He played quite a bit last week.
Right.
He hustled on. He's the far wide receiver. This is just a spread out formation to see if they could sneak in. Wouldn't doubt if it's. Nope. They give it on the sweep. And Meyer scores on the jet sweep. 1 yard pay dirt. Meyer TD, his 4th of the night, 1 rushing, nearly had 1 punt return, and 3 receiving touchdowns.
I like him going to Meyer there. He had a couple real close touchdowns. Get him one at the end there.
Right. And an even 3 minutes.
What a game he's had. Wow.
Should be 2 minutes left.
Just be glad it's not 4. It might be next time you look up there.
All right, you got me on that one. That was a good one. Oh, man. This is why we do these.
Oh, wow.
Oh, climb the ladder, big fella, Aaron Polma.
Don't forget about Palma.
Nice throw by Stripmatter, too.
Meyer had the big game today. Palma very capable of doing the exact same thing. Showing off the hands there, went up high and got it.
Well, and if you don't have Alvarado and you're kind of shutting him down, you probably don't have a kicker. That's the other problem for the Riverhawks. Because people are probably wondering, well, why are you going for 2? You're up big with only 3 minutes left. I guarantee you that's the reason. Is because with Alvarado getting hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not hurt. He's been running up and down and seems to be in good spirits.
Yeah,
Should tell him to bring back those pink shoes next week.
No reason to put him out there right now.
Right, that's just it. And if you don't have a backup kicker, Alvarado's been doing all the duties. He's the punter. He's the kicker.
Alvarado is walking with a little bit of a limp, though.
Well, keep an eye on
Something
him.
to monitor going into next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Homecoming, Toma.
Jude's a gamer, though.
Yeah, he is.
I
Hopefully the Toma coaches get in touch with us, too. I'd really like to have more notes than what we got tonight.
If a bone isn't showing, I bet you Jude is out there playing tomorrow or next week.
Not tomorrow. We don't want him to play
Not
tomorrow.
No, we'll take tomorrow off.
Don't even play any little street ball.
We get a couple days off. You said our next broadcast isn't until next Thursday.
Yep. At Onalaska, we'll cover the volleyball there. We're going to have a great spot. We're going to be wide up there, up on top. So I'm really looking forward to that, Onalaska. And we need to thank the ADs that are allowing us to come in. We did it tonight with Jim and allowing us to come over and cover the road game here tonight for football. Doing the same thing for volleyball. Logan said that we could come over, so we were there last night.
Tony Service.
Tony's awesome.
Yep, made sure we had a spot to be.
Well, Who are you talking about?
We as in us as a
You
collective.
got a coin in your pocket or what?
I had other duties.
You weren't there, but yeah,
Duties
Tony
as
had a
assigned.
nice spot for us. He actually had us sitting down courtside, and Ray said, let's go up and see what the view is like up there, and it worked out. It was much better being up above. So Tony let us in at Holman. Holman had a great little spot for us, too, up in a little crow's nest type area.
Jason Luloff up
Jason
in
was so nice to let us in.
Logan is deep in Onalaska territory with 9 seconds left. Wonder, they have that field goal kicker.
Yeah, remember?
Neil Roberts.
Yeah, they have a field goal kicker.
I wonder what deep means.
Right.
Mr. Ambrose said they're deep in their territory.
But yeah, you got, and so then Onalaska's going to let us come in. Is that it for our road matches?
That we've announced. We might have some surprise ones.
Oh, you said maybe Toma would
Maybe,
let us
yeah.
in too, because they might have a spot. We have another timeout. Central actually took their final timeout, 2:54. So yeah, we thank those great ADs that are allowing us to come in and do these road games, and
We're going to be at Sparta for a boys soccer match here pretty soon.
yep,
So we thank them for allowing us there.
hoping that they'll allow us to come back for football.
We're gonna try and make our way there. We're gonna broadcast the ASL soccer game. I don't know if you know this yet, Joel. We talked about it a little bit.
Right.
But the ASL soccer exhibition against the boys soccer team. Really, really excited about doing that. That's at the end of September.
That's September 27th at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. We'll be live on the air. I don't know if you will be, if you can get away from the house or not.
I don't know. I'm going to try,
Yeah.
and I'm going to talk to our babysitter that we normally have, because I've been asking Dana to come home quite frequently
Yeah,
early from
yeah.
work, and that's she can only do that so many times.
Yep. So we'll see. I'll be there alone if not. Otherwise, Joel and I will be covering that. Looking forward to that. I'm glad we have a couple days off now, though, because my voice, you can tell, it needs a little bit of a break.
Yeah, you might be taking a break from your interviews for a little bit too.
Yeah.
They've pulled everybody out too. Did Baraboo? That's Zach Burgess, Jr. that has come in. So why don't you add up Centrals real quick so that way we can get to that. If there's going to be any more stats than that, probably not going to get to it, but we'll certainly get to Centrals real quickly as Nami's adding as fast as he possibly can. That was no gain. So Burgess in, several substitutions on both sides, which is good. That's what you want to see. Big run here. This is handed off to Kobe Funmaker. He's another senior for getting a chance to play. 8 yards on his rush. Just 2 minutes left. So Meyer ends up with 4 touchdowns on the night. Second half, that punt for Central. Turnover on downs with that fumble by Vittengall. Alvarado threw that pick, though, to Bodine on the big drive that Member was supposed to be over with, but then touched by the returner of the Baraboo Thunderbirds. Great tackle there. Who was coming out of that? Looks like Veenendahl had a good. Yeah, Veenendahl had a really nice tackle on that.
Veenendahl's a great player. I've been watching him on the JV this year so far.
No gain. That's 4th down and 2. Here, let me get to this, and then I'll get you to the stats.
Yep.
This is 4th down and 2. Baraboo, if they don't convert, a couple of kneel downs, and this game is over. Well, Burgess will get ready, and Central Riverhawks. And there's no chance they're going to get that. Veenendahl comes in to finish it. Down on the ground, though, 52. Noah Thielen was the one that had him wrapped up. So 49 seconds left, turnover on downs. So the Riverhawks are going to end up with a 44-15 victory here at Baraboo. Again, Meyer 4 touchdowns. Second half, that pick we thought might cost them a little bit, but Baraboo ended up with a 3-and-out punt. Meyer with that huge return all the way to the 2. Alvarado scores. Vittengall threw a touchdown pass, 44-yarder to Brewster, made it 36-15. Central punted, then the fumble by Romberg after the 30 yards. And the touchdown by Meyer caps the night off for the Riverhawks scoring. They're going to win 44-15, move their record to 4-1 and 2-1 in the Mississippi Valley. Baraboo will fall to 3-2 and 2-1 in the conference. Again, Central will have homecoming against Toma. Well, they're actually going to run, but it doesn't matter. And then Baraboo will be at Logan next week is where Baraboo is.
And speaking of Logan, Onalaska over Logan by a point, 36-35. Not sure how it ended, but I do have the final.
Ugh.
So Onalaska again, give them credit. Late 2-point conversion.
Right.
Rolling the dice again and
Paid off.
paid off again. Got another update here, it looks like, as Central looking to run out the clock.
Oh, you got your stats there. I'll let you handle those.
Tolman and Holman are in overtime, 24-24.
Wow.
And then 21-13 Sparta with the victory.
21-13.
Everybody win except the center.
Yep, pretty much.
Logan missed a 30-yard field goal
Oh,
to win the game.
same thing that happened to them in week 1?
Yep.
Wow. So heartbreak again for the Logan Rangers. Well, anyway, run through your stats there quickly there, Nami,
Sure.
and let's get out of here.
Yep. So Shepherd ends the game with 85 yards rushing and a touchdown. Alvarado with 26 yards rushing and a touchdown. Rudrud with 22 yards. Upon with 13 yards, and Henry Meyer 1 yard rushing, 1 touchdown on the ground. Alvarado passing 7 for 13, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns, all of them to Henry Meyer. And he did have the 1 rushing touchdown, also the 1 interception. Henry Meyer, 138 yards, 3 touchdowns. Aaron Polma, 32 yards receiving, also had a 2-point conversion that he caught. We saw that on a nice play. And Caden Upon with 18 total yards receiving. So there are your Central stats for the night.
All right, there you go. 44-15, Central wins. Our next broadcast will be at Onalaska for volleyball. We'll bring you the football team as they have homecoming against Toma. For Ray George, Nami George, I'm Joel McCall. Thank you so much for tuning in here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. Good night. Enjoy your weekend. Watch some college football tomorrow.
Go Riverhawks.